This is the latest disclosure in a report from National Civil Defense Headquarters in Washington. It has been established that persons who have... This is the latest disclosure in a report from National Civil Defense Headquarters in Washington. It has been established that persons who have recently died have been returning to life.
Welcome to Dead Radio.
We're not doing that.
How did she come to have sex with a dead man?
Don't call me Radio Unit 91.
You're a dead man. You're a dead man!
He's God here in this radio station.
Place where the dead speak.
Rebel Radio!
I'm a fake? Yes. How'd you like to be dead?
You ever think about doing radio?
My team is dead!
But you're not crazy. You're me. And this is just radio.
By the powers vested in me by the Federal Communications Commission, I command you to get on the microphone in a serious manner and continue this broadcast.
All right.
So Tanner's selling his laptop for $2,300.
Tanner can go shit in a hat.
What type of hat? You want this hat?
Big
Someone should shit in that hat, Andy.
this fucking thing.
I'm glad you can't wear it. Do you want earbuds so you can wear it?
Nah, I've got small ears.
Is it a Mac?
Yes.
I don't like Macs.
Yeah.
They work.
No,
out-
they're just
they work
small
really
ears.
well.
They work too well. I like to.
Yeah.
I like to sweat a little bit before I do a live show.
So for fans of the show, you've heard Bosch's laptop pretty much 50% of the time. It's
Nah,
like,
it's definitely not fucking 50% of the
I
time.
feel like it is.
How many shows do we do?
Since you got that laptop,
Yeah.
80.
Okay.
Okay,
You
so
think
25.
40 of the shows?
It seems like it happens every week.
It doesn't. It does not happen every week.
Okay. How often do you think it happens?
How often do it? I don't know. Maybe once every month. Maybe.
So we're not counting last week because it didn't work at all.
That was different circumstances.
It was a
I don't know
different
what the
problem,
fuck that
same
was,
machine.
because it worked. It worked
Yeah.
fine at the Cousins thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
Whatever.
Even if it's 5% of the time, it's a problem.
fucking Windows machine. I bought it for $150.
I know.
From where?
From like I don't know.
You want me to do?
Newegg or whatever the fuck.
New wag.
Newegg.
Oh, new egg. I thought you said
Yeah.
new wag. I was like, what
This
the
guy.
fuck's new wag?
No, Newegg or Tiger Direct, one of the two of them. And it was fine. It was totally fine. But it's a slower, smaller computer, and
Can you expand the?
shit just moves too fast.
Can you expand the RAM?
Probably not. I don't know. It's not worth doing.
What is this?
No.
Welcome to
But,
the
I mean,
computer
it might be $25. Like
Could be.
that's the only advantage of a PC is they're very easily customized very cheaply.
Why buy a computer for $2,000 if all you're doing is watching porn?
Yeah. Well, we're not.
Yeah,
We're
he's
not
got
just
a-
watching.
He's
porn.
got a really good point there.
I mean, he probably does watch porn on that computer, but
this?
Yeah.
The Mac?
Yeah.
Hell no.
No?
Hell no. What are you fucking? Look, I'm not crazy.
well, I mean, if you were going to, you should do it on a Mac because you're not going to get any
Definitely
viruses.
watching porn. However, it's not on my Mac. The whole this is the
Where do
show.
you
Without
think the-
this, there is no
The
show.
only I've owned Macs exclusively now for 6 or 7 years, something like that. Ever since I left automotive, and I've gotten one virus one time, and it was malware from downloading movies illegally.
That's a weird
Not
name for
porn.
a woman. Malware.
So
We're
I've only
here
gotten
with
one virus.
What kind of virus was it?
It was just malware. It was like adware. You'd get like pop-ups.
Herpes.
So it installed a program on my computer that kept trying to get me to like update
Scratch
things.
your balls.
So we have Andy Reid here with us.
It's the wrong button.
Well done.
No, it's because the B used to be the ball bag thing.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know where it is now.
I got it.
You're Dame Man napper in your ball bag.
See, the fucking button works. It works now.
I think it's the size of the file. I think it's the length of the file because this program, the file is not in the program. It's still in the source folder.
But no one wants to hear about this.
I do. I want to talk about it.
I don't want to talk about it at all. Jesus.
You get so mad.
I know, because it's useless shit that they don't want. They've already heard about it.
All right.
Every time the computer
I'm just trying
breaks,
to come up with a solution.
80% of the time.
I'm just trying to come up with a solution. So how about I just do the intro, and it seems to work fine for shorter clips.
Let me try it again.
This is the latest disclosure in a report from National Civil
It works
Defense
fine
Headquarters.
I know. I just needed to reboot the friggin' program, I guess. We're here with Andy Reid of Catskill Cabin Conversations. Hello, Andy.
Good evening, ladies.
He's back, everyone. What is this, number 3?
This is my third time.
I think it's like you and Tony Odell and Mac. Mac came on every time with Tony, right?
Logan's been on here 4 to 5 times.
Ooh.
Who's Logan?
You gotta
Logan
catch up.
Callahan. He played at Creator Fest. He did Call Me Al at the end. He was the one who closed out the show.
The highlight of
the highlight of
thing.
the entire thing.
What, when there was like 4 people there? And
Yeah.
a dog.
It's like looming thunderstorms. We were talking about having to move it inside.
Andy was gracious enough to donate his time to.
And I will do it again next year, guys. I quite enjoyed myself.
To hang out with my sister-in-law, not my sister-in-law, the other sister.
One of your co-sisters.
One of my co-sisters-in-law.
Your sister-in-law by blood. Yeah.
What happened that night?
Yeah.
So I was thinking like my sister-in-law and my sister-in-law once removed.
That works too.
Yeah.
I still like co-sister-in-laws.
Yeah. But Andy's back to shoot the shit. He asked us at the coffee shop, when am I coming on the show next? And we said, I don't know. We don't have anybody for X date. And then that's how that happened.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I
feel really wanted now.
I don't think. Well, it's funny because people are like, they like timidly go, be cool to go back on the show, and we're always like, sure, sweet. When do you want to come back on? And it's not a fucking problem, not for us at least.
I'm here,
especially because we're starving right now.
You're starving?
No, we're doing good for bookings now. We had a good 6 weeks where we were really kind of worried because nobody was getting back to us and stuff like that. But
it was
the past 6 months, maybe almost a year now, we've been booked out a solid month all the time.
Yeah,
probably close to a year.
Not to toot our own
50
horn or
episodes or so. 40, 50 episodes.
Things like that happen because it comes in peaks and troughs because there's times when we're like we've got too many guests for the Catskill Cabin Conversations, and then all of a sudden we're like, we've not got a guest this month.
Yeah. You
so
scramble.
And then all of a sudden it's like buses, it's like waiting in buses.
And then you end up with people like Matt Patane.
And then Matt, and then
Oh shit! I guess we got somebody listening in Scotland. How about that shit?
Really?
Yeah. George Patterson.
Hey, Georgie boy, how you doing, mate?
He said, "Who's the Scottish ball bag?" Oh man, it's a real thing. I thought you were just fucking with us for a minute.
George is my mate.
Oh yeah,
my best mate. Yeah.
Oh well, hi George. Thanks for tuning in. I don't know how much of this is going to be relatable to you over there across the pond, but we'll try.
At least he'll understand what he's saying.
Yeah, George. Just like if
type out a translation.
Translate George, for us, will you?
Ask George to type translations. All right, you couple of diddy washers.
What?
George, go for it.
I got all right, you couple of, and then diddy washers.
Yep.
Diddy washers, like dick washers.
Like close.
Oh. Dick suckers. Yeah. No.
No.
George
Diddies are, I guess, clothes.
And then George is a wordsmith. He'll come up with a very interesting translation of that phrase, diddy washer.
Yeah. We'll check back. Keep comments.
Or as they say in France, diddy washer.
That's really good. Oh my God. Well, yeah, you're back. If anybody wants to check out Catskill Cabin Conversations. It's on 90.3 in Acre, WGXC. I have to say it in like a weird kind of accent.
No, it's 90.7.
Is it 90.7? 90.7. All right, fuck it.
90.3.
Why did I write 90? I don't know. Never mind.
Well, it's wrong in the
that
post
was
too, probably.
That was a W. No, it's not. That's
okay,
a WAMC frequencies. Don't listen to that. That's fine. It's an NPR thing.
I actually quite like NPR. It's not bad sometimes. I used to like these two guys on a Saturday morning, Car Talk.
Oh, yeah. One of those guys died.
Yeah. Seriously?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure if it's Click or Clack, but one of them are...
Oh.
Now it's just Click. I don't know if they're still doing the show or it's just best of stuff.
No, it's just best of now.
Yeah.
They still play it, though.
Of course they do.
So he
It's
says
the only...
Diddy washers are breast cleaners and a couple of Scudbooks.
Right. Yes, absolutely. Write these
down. Tell him these two have been passed about like a Scudbook in a prison.
I try, and then halfway through the sentence, I give up.
Scudbooks.
So what is a Scudbook?
Ask George. George, what's a Scudbook?
Is it a common phrase?
It was in the 80s.
All right.
So what a Scudbook is will come in the next 5 minutes when George delightfully gives us an anecdotal
He doesn't want to
description.
say it because he's afraid he's going to get in trouble.
A Scudbook, right? I'll give you the derivative of the word, right? Well, it's not what Scud means to be nude, right?
Okay.
So a nude book.
Ah, okay. So it's a porn magazine.
Porn magazine.
Okay.
Nudie book. Scud?
A Scudbook.
Oh, he just answered. A Scudbook is a porno magazine.
Scud sounds like... Yeah.
It sounds like shit. Or like
or
something
cum
dirty
or
and
something.
gross.
Yeah.
Scrum.
I'm going to scrum. Like, yeah. I'm going to scud all over you. Yeah. That'd be good. Well, maybe we'll take that word. Since you guys just make up fucking words, I'm going to start making up shit.
You guys should come up with coffee.
He says it's usually found in a hedge.
And a couple of the pages are usually stuck together with like spilled coffee over the pages.
Yeah, coffee.
Yeah. Coffee and cream. You should actually come up with a coffee in the coffee machine, the coffee shop.
Yeah.
Scud coffee.
Nobody would know what it is.
Oh, yeah. The Scud Booker or whatever. What's it called?
Scud Bucket.
Scud Bucket.
That'll be the name of our new specialty latte.
Yeah. Iced Scud.
Oh, man.
Jesus Christ.
It's just not an appealing sounding word.
No. Well, Scud Missile. That's what I remember. Scud missiles were...
a naked bomb.
Was that... Which one was it?
That was Iraq.
That was Iraq. Those were the chemical missiles, right?
No, they were,
he was using, or those are the ones that we were shooting.
They were like half a
down
million. We were shooting them
I'll
down.
just Google it. I'm just going to look it up.
Scud missiles. We were shooting them down. With tracer bombs or something.
Yeah, Tomahawks.
No, it wasn't Tomahawks.
No, right.
Tomahawk's a bike in Scotland. When I was a kid, it was like Grifter's little brother.
What?
George will be able to translate that.
I forgot how much trouble I have. Oh, Jesus. So, yeah, man, we're here. We got a bunch of stuff prepared for once. Adam...
well, I have an answer if we want to know.
Oh, Scud?
Scud is the name of a tactical ballistic missile developed by the Soviet Union. That's why they had them in Iraq during the Cold War. It was exported widely to second, third world countries. The NATO reporting name... the name Scud has been widely used to refer to these missiles. It's like a ballistic missile.
Yeah. And we were shooting them down.
Scud was
we shot
because they were
them
firing them at Kuwait.
Yeah.
Or whatever the fuck. See, I know my history.
Very different. So it's almost a direct copy of the German V2 rocket.
Oh.
So Scud...
were those the ones that they were using in The Rock?
I don't know.
that was a movie.
Probably. So yeah, in what's that with Dan Aykroyd, the spy movie?
Spies Like Us.
Yes. You know that at the end,
Love
the
that
carrier.
Who's that movie?
The
that spy
missile
movie.
The missile
Spies
carrier.
Like Us?
Yeah.
With the big missile on top, that's a Scud missile. So they're intercontinental ballistic missiles.
Those were not in The Rock. Those weren't the ones.
They were very small. Those were Tomahawk missiles in The Rock.
Okay.
Yeah. Because they're about 15
This is
feet
how you
long.
learn. You ask questions.
Yeah,
This
these
is-
are 37.2 feet long, or for our Scottish listener, 11.35 meters.
Hey, buddy. So I guess we might as well just jump right into it. Yeah.
Sure.
It's What Are You Drinking?
Something floating in there for you, which is nice.
Grifters, choppers, and tomahawks are cool bikes, Stranger Things style.
Do you wanna
Great
try
for
a little bit?
transporting scud books. Jesus fucking.
Do you want to try it?
George, I'm glad you're with us.
Give us a shot there, yeah.
All right. So what do we have here? Adam took a magical tour
To New Paltz,
to New Paltz.
which is apparently also Brooklyn. So yeah, it's
German Pisswasser.
so this is Brooklyn Cider House's half sour hard cider. So I realized that I kind of fucked up because I brought the half sour and the raw, and I shouldn't have brought 2 sour ciders.
No.
But that's fine. We all like them. And we're drinking pretty much nothing but cider and gin tonight, so everyone's going to poop their pants later.
Yeah.
What is this? Fucking
It's a
diners?
bit of a diuretic, sure.
Yeah.
It's fucking apple juice.
Yeah.
Makes you shit.
Have too much of it, you're going to have a bad
They
time.
give it to babies.
So it's the double gold medal 2016 New York Wine Food Competition. Half sour begins with aromas of wildflowers and honey, followed by a wave of citrus and pickled pear. Lightly carbonated off-dry cider is edgy and refreshing.
Yeah, I can just see the
providing
Jakes buying
endless
that. No, don't
possibilities
get me
for
that one.
flavors.
I don't like the taste of honey at the front of my palate there.
So it's great. It's like a little wild. Got like a tartness.
Yeah. It's good.
Smells like a foot, which sours are supposed to.
It's good. I could probably have.
It's been a while since I tasted a top.
It's
I'm being honest with you. See all this stuff about tasting honey at the front of your mouth and then fucking pear at the back and all that. Load of shite.
He said pickled pear, and I'm like, yep, I can picture that. Yeah. It's the honey I taste, the wild yeast kind of.
Yeah.
Or like, yeah, that kind of wild soury. I don't know what the hell to call it.
It's
Just
definitely
like, smells like it tastes like it was made in a bathtub.
Yeah, it's definitely a cultured sour yeast. It's not like a wild. Whereas we're going to try the raw a little bit later.
Tastes like a yeast infection.
Yeah. With the raw, they start it with wild fermentation and then finish it with, I believe he said, some kind of white wine yeast. I can't remember.
Malt vinegar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
A white wine yeast. That makes sense to me.
So yeah, it's really good.
Full of shit.
It's good though. It's not. I don't know how many of these I could have. A little bit too sour.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, that's a good reason for me to have brought 2 sours because the other one's more sour than this.
Well, I mean, it depends. Like, I went to. So we'll talk about the place a little bit.
So we went there for Amy's work picnic. It was like a company picnic.
Was there a company softball game?
No, there was not. Everyone just sat and ate burgers and ate pizza and drank.
Bunch of.
There was lawn games.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cornhole and can jam.
You were saying, how do you not have softball?
Yeah, how do you not have softball at a company picnic?
There's not enough people.
Oh, how many
first
people
and
were
foremost, like 30.
That's enough.
Half
people.
of them were kids.
That's enough people for a You don't need a fucking bullpen. It's just
well,
softball.
you got to figure 70% of the people aren't going to want to play, me included. I didn't even want to play cornhole.
That's the beanbag one, right?
Yeah, you throw the beanbag in a hole.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like that one. Can jam's my
can
jam.
I like can jam because I like throwing a frisbee.
Sure.
I would, but although I would rather just play frisbee.
Really?
Yeah.
I like the whole game.
Why not just sit, eat food, drink, and play Cards Against Humanity or something like that?
Well, there were children present.
It's outside too. You're gonna be outside playing cards.
But it's hot. And it was probably
It was
raining.
No, it was really nice.
Was it?
It was supposed to rain all day, and it was like 74.
Right. Oh yeah, that was nice.
Yeah, it
It
was
was
beautiful.
It was just Saturday.
But yeah, no,
Yeah.
Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah. All that aside, definitely. So it's at Twin Orchard, I think. Hang on. So Brooklyn Cider House. It's at their orchard where they source their apples.
Mm-hmm.
So it's made on site, but they have their draft house in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Let me just Google. I think it's Twin Orchards.
Did he make candy apples?
Yeah.
Probably. I didn't care about that, so I didn't check out the.
What kind of apples do they use?
It's also not the time of year for that.
Candy apples?
Yeah. Apples aren't ready yet. You can't pick apples for like another 2 months.
So, how did they make their beer?
Well, they made it last year.
Oh, right.
And then put it in bottles for us to enjoy today.
Ah.
Yeah, it's very.
Well, how come you get apples at Adams?
Twin Star Orchards, because those apples come from very far away.
Right.
Yeah. Probably farther up north or
Newports.
Japan.
Right.
Yeah, who knows? So it's this tap room's at Twin Star Orchards in New Paltz, and yeah, they've got like a nice little tasting room. Was that me or you? It's probably me.
Fucking idea.
Oh, it was Facebook.
All right.
I can't even silence that tab. That's annoying. Oh, there it goes. So if you just Google Twin Star Orchards or Brooklyn Cider House, New Paltz, you'll find the location. But they have like a tap room with a full bar, and they sell a bunch of liquor. They have guest taps, whole bunch of stuff.
Oh, that's
Did they have a late liquor license?
A what liquor license?
Late liquor license.
A late liquor license? What's
Ask
that?
George what that means.
Is that where they can stay open later?
I'm sure it's something.
So, yeah, they had a bunch of good stuff and some really good beer from, I don't even remember it, but I bought one for Adam.
Oh.
Because he's always buying me beer, so I only owe him 25.
One of these days I'm going to remember to buy him something when I go to some place like that.
Yeah. So, well, it was even better because it was on the company's, Amy's company's dime.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, can I get, actually make it 2 of those. And I just put one in my bag for him. But they had brick oven pizza, which was
So you
awesome.
never bought him anything?
No, I just stole it from Amy's place of work.
I think he'll appreciate that more.
Lavina, don't
Tastes
tell
better.
on me.
Sure.
Tastes better.
So, and I had one of the best burgers I've ever had.
Really?
Yeah, it was really awesome. It's like local grass-fed beef. It was like a $14 burger with no sides, but
Can you in order to just for us to quantify what a beautiful burger is, can you explain what was good about it?
So they served it probably medium to medium rare, which I'm normally not a fan of. It was on a really nice brioche bun. Had the standard lettuce, tomato, onion, but it had real lettuce on it, like actual lettuce. And it was just very tasty, and you could tell that the quality of the beef was very high because it wasn't over-seasoned, and it had great texture. And it was super greasy.
Nice.
Super greasy. So I would go back there just for the burger.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, the cider's pretty goddamn good. The half sour I like.
Yeah. Well, I think I drank 2 bottles of this yesterday. Yeah.
I could probably
over the course of the day.
I could probably do the bottle. It's like a wine bottle for those who aren't watching. It's like a wine bottle
it's 2
size.
pints.
And
yeah,
I don't
it's
know
like
if I could do,
32 ounces.
I don't know if I could do more than that. That's a lot. Yeah.
But I was also drinking different varieties. I had and I shared some with Steven too. But I drove yesterday, so I took it easy while we were there, and then Amy drove from her parents' house. We went to dinner over there.
Oh, okay.
So then I opened up a bunch of
shit-faced at the parents' house.
I didn't get shit-faced. I got drunk enough to fall asleep in the car on the way home at 8 o'clock, but
disgusting.
I'm not allowed to fall asleep in the car on the ride home.
No.
Now I get yelled at.
Why?
I don't know. She has a hard time staying awake, so I got to stay awake.
I'm driving, so you can't sleep?
Yeah, pretty much.
Right.
I'm usually fine if I'm not driving. If I'm driving, I'm falling asleep immediately.
Oh, no.
It's terrible.
I used to drive home from London a lot with George.
How far is London to wherever the fuck you're from? What was the name of the place?
Glasgow.
Glasgow. Okay.
I'd say about 6 hours.
Jesus.
About
okay.
400 or 500 miles.
So it's like driving to Canada.
And
Scotland, the Canada
we had some
of
good,
Great Britain.
good memories driving back and forth to London, me and George.
Oh, yeah?
Done a lot of good things down there.
He actually, George asked you to tell the Seville hooker story. Maybe we can touch on that while I grab my bottle of cider.
Well, I need to.
Oh, come on!
I need to preface it with the fact that
I was young,
my brother,
and I was trying things.
My brother was out with George one night and ended up in a fight, and my brother got volleyed in the testicles.
All right,
leading to one said testicle being removed.
Jesus.
Ooh.
So we were in Seville, me, George, and my brother, and this prostitute come up, and she was in Spanish saying, "Would you like some services?" And George did most of the talking. He was like very polite, and he was like, "I'm sorry. Listen, you're an attractive girl, but we're just tired, and we're just going to go to bed, and we're not interested." And her pimp was standing across the way, so she was getting a bit desperate. She started off with like €50. So then
it's a good deal.
Then she went down to €15. She says €15 for the three of you.
Jesus.
Wow.
And I was like,
well, so what is that in real money?
€3 a ball.
Sounds to me like she's just doing what she loves.
Yeah.
That was the line.
It's about the work.
Yeah, exactly. you know. You
So
have a
how
job,
much would that be in
You have your
dollars?
job and you
Just
have your
roughly.
career.
You're not getting this, guys. I was trying to give you the punchline, and you're talking over it and rationalising it. This isn't a rational story.
So he said it was €3 a ball because they only had 5 balls between them.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And George really found this funny, and we all did, because we were just tired, you know what I mean? And it was like...
So did he lose his testicle? It wasn't that night. He lost his testicle previously?
Yeah, it was,
okay.
Testicle was gone.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did he keep it?
I don't know.
I would ask for it back.
I'd
want to know the
So
damage.
if you get a testicle removed, you'd ask for it back?
Sure.
Why?
It's mine.
Yeah, but...
Keep it if I want to.
What you got to do?
Keep it in the fucking jar. I'll put it on the shelf. I can
That
get
would
rid
be
of the,
really good.
I can get rid of the anal lube or the fucking, I don't know, the Brooklyn gin bottle. I don't know, whatever.
Just keep your testicle up there.
And when people go, what's that? It's like, it's my testicle. I only have one testicle. Well, I actually have two. One is just outside my body on the shelf. And then make them bite it because they asked about it.
So would you use that?
Kind of like what you have to do with the rum here.
Some of that wine to keep it from disintegrating.
Just put it in moonshine.
There you go. I get
Well,
some moonshine from Chaddington.
At the end of the show, I will volley you in the testicles. Right?
Yeah, so you can lose one.
So you can lose one.
Just get rid of the fucked up one.
Rupture one of your balls.
Yeah, well,
I get it removed, and then we can put it up there.
There's one that's questionable already.
Is there?
Yeah.
Have us up it?
It's fine. It's a.
That's questionable.
It's a swollen sperm duct, like a blocked sperm duct thing, and it's like funneling in there instead of like flowing in. So, but there's nothing. You go to the urologist and they either fix it or they take it apart and toss it over their shoulder or give it to me in a jar or whatever they want to do. But it doesn't. They were like, "Does it hurt?" I said, "No," and they're like,
"That's fine."
Then it's fine, unless you want to,
talking
get it
your balls,
for
your dog
aesthetic
arrived.
purposes. Want to get rid of it? I'm like, it doesn't look weird. It just feels weird to me and my wife.
I've actually eaten balls.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
The Rocky Mountain oysters.
Yeah.
Where'd you do that?
Rocky Mountains.
In Seville.
No, it was in Wyoming.
Yeah.
Was it Wyoming?
I mean, it's fine. Whatever state out that way is probably serving Rocky
I think
Mountain.
it was in
oysters.
Wyoming. It was in Wyoming. Yeah, and it was the first time I had testicles in my mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that I enjoyed.
There was that one time I got knocked out.
What
on
did
the
it
street
taste
and woke
like?
up.
Yeah, they tasted a bit gamey.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I actually naively thought they were going to be like balls.
Yeah.
But
No, they're like kind of like flat.
No, it's just
dishy
like
things.
it's just like sliced meat.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Because
they take the nut.
A bull's testicles rather big.
They're this big. They're bigger than a softball,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a membrane on the outside. You take the membrane off and you slice it thin.
How much research on this have you done?
I watched they had to use testicles on Chopped on the Food Network,
Okay.
so
Yeah.
I just was like, oh, how interesting.
So you're watching a guy slicing testicles?
Yeah. They take the membrane off and then they slice
So like
it real
when
thin.
Chevy Chase is popping them in his mouth.
Well,
those are
that's
just like
what I'm.
chicken nuggets.
That's what I'm getting
Yeah.
at. They slice them real thin, then they fry them like cutlets, and then you eat them, or like
That's right,
and they
yeah.
chop them up and you
Yeah.
eat them like that. And they're supposed to be pretty good. However, in Funny Farm with Chevy Chase, he's eating lamb fries. Like he's got he's heading up on the record
Although those
for
were
this
probably
diner.
were they lamb testicles or were they bull testicles?
He said they were lamb fries. I remember it
Yeah, yeah.
specifically because he's eating them and they look like little meatballs.
Yeah.
And he's eating them and they're like, yeah. It's like, all right, one more and you tie the record. And he's 38 or whatever, and then he takes another one, and he got that shitty Chevy Chase shit eating grin on, and he bites another one, and they write 39 on it. He beats the record, and they're like, oh yeah, not too many people have a taste for testicles nowadays. He's like, what? The trick is to cut them real high on the sack, and they poof, spits out the other one, and they erase the 39 and they put it back to 38. Fucking Funny Farm. I love that movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, growing up, I thought like you got lamb fries, you got basically just a deep fried testicle. Here you go.
Yeah.
But no, there's a process to it because apparently they're kind of tough.
Isn't that?
Did I talk about the beef tongue and beef head I had?
I
on
don't
the
think
show?
so.
You did?
Maybe.
I went.
Maybe.
Did I?
Yeah.
I think I might have. I feel like I did.
I've had beef tongue before. It's not very good.
Well, I had it in a taco.
Yeah.
Down at this Mexican restaurant in the city. The beef tongue was okay. It was a little dry, but it was fine. But the beef head was awesome.
What's head?
Like the fucking head.
It's like head cheese.
No,
no?
it looked like pulled beef. So I think it's like the meat on the
Oh,
head.
so
and
it's
then
like
they
the
just,
cheek.
Yeah, they like
Yeah,
strip it
yeah.
off. Holy shit, was that good? It was like
Yeah.
the best taco
They probably
I've
cook
ever
it like
had
a
in my
pork
life.
shoulder.
So you love head?
Yes, I love beef head.
Right.
I'll write that down, but we're not going to use it.
That's what she said last night.
What is this now? First time Sin E, that alleyway in Glasgow.
What?
I don't
First
know.
time since that alleyway in Glasgow.
First time since that.
Yeah,
Since, so I missed the
he
C.
hit the space bar instead of the C.
Oh well, that's an honest mistake.
Chaps, good night, cool show. He's punching out already.
Ah, jeez. Well,
Was
it's
he in Scotland?
What is it like? 3
3
in the morning over there?
Yes, it's late. He's up with a burn in the morning.
Oh man. Yeah. So one more time for your Brooklyn. What is it?
Yeah, so it's the Brooklyn Half Sour Hard Cider.
Okay.
I would, if you like sour beers, give it a shot.
The Brooklyn cider from New Paltz.
Yeah.
This one is interesting.
Yeah, it doesn't taste like dog shit.
Yeah. So let me cleanse the palate.
With head
my
cheese.
mother-in-law came up for my brother-in-law's 40th birthday, and while she was up, we had a free day, and we went up to where the fuck is it? Warwick or some shit? I don't remember, but it was Gardner.
Mm-hmm.
The Angry Orchard Cidery.
Oh
out
yeah,
there.
I've seen that. Yeah.
You know, the shitty fucking Angry Orchard cider that you get in the grocery
Yeah,
store.
I've seen that. Yeah.
That's terrible. It's gross. The crisp apple is too sweet. The stone dry tastes like fucking vomit. Smells like
It really
vomit.
does. It smells like baby vomit.
The elderflower basically tastes like Saint Germain with apple juice in it.
What's Saint Germain? What's that?
It's a mixer.
It's like a liqueur,
elderflower
elderflower liqueur. I love it. I love the taste of it. Mixed with apples and super syrupy, it's disgusting.
Right.
So what happened was Angry Orchard hired Goose Island's former brewmaster. So this guy's what he's doing is trying to like turn around,
make it legit.
make it legit. So what they did was they opened this R&D farm in Gardner, and they're converting the apple orchard to cider apples, which are crab apples. They're in the process of doing that, of grafting the trees and everything like that. And what they do is they just R&D everything, research and development. They make weird ass research and development.
Oh, right.
They fuck around with different recipes and stuff, and they put them on tap there. And the tap room's cool. It's not too big. All community tables, nice view. And they just basically they give it to you, and they want your feedback, and then that's where the rosé comes from.
Yeah. Which is the only drinkable one I've ever had.
The rosé that they have out is very good. It's a little sweet for me, but whatever. They need to appeal to everybody, you know, for something like that. And that's the first new one that they've released in a while.
It's no sweeter than the Smith and Forge, and I really like that one.
Yeah, exactly. It's
fine once in a while, but you can't drink a 6-pack.
So that one was developed there and then nationally marketed because of the feedback it got from that place. And they have bottles and bottles of all this weird shit I've never heard of. And we got the wooden sleeper from my father, and Brooke got it. It's their cider, a dry cider, aged in whiskey barrels. And it was phenomenal. And they have another one that was like twice aged in whiskey barrels. And I had a little bit of that one too because I had to ask for it. And that one was just out of control too, but heavy alcohol, but they all tasted really good. All the stuff they had on tap was really fucking good. So they're trying to turn it around. This one was just a bottle that I was talking about. It's called Dear Brittany, and as in Brittany, France. And I cracked this open, and this tastes exactly like the shit I was drinking when I was in Paris. And I had to get it. And I'm like an Angry Orchard fucking fan now. It's
just
kind
of this shit.
Well, yeah. They bring in like they had Tennessee Dickel barrels, whiskey barrels there.
Well, I'm sure that their original stuff was, focus grouped.
Right, sure. But I mean, did you want some?
You got to finish the stuff you have first.
Give me another glass.
So yeah, this is.
Well, it looks cloudy, which is a good sign.
Doctor said that to me a couple of weeks ago.
What do you think?
I like it. I just need a minute to figure it out.
It's weird. It's like this it's really clean tasting. There's no like it's not tannic. It doesn't burn the back of your throat. Doesn't feel like it'll give you heartburn.
It's really, really, really bubbly.
It's very like champagne-y.
Yeah.
And like as it sits there, you get that breadiness of the yeast.
Yeah, I don't like the bready yeast aftertaste. But I like it overall.
Yeah. What do you think, Andy? Give us your expert Scottish opinion.
I kind of wish that I had you pour me this without knowing any of what you said, and that it was Angry Orchard.
Oh.
Because I don't know if I'm being biased. I don't like the aftertaste. That's the thing that's kind of killing it for me.
It has that like bready champagne.
Yeah, but you kind of like that
I do.
chewy, like musky kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I actually quite like that over that one.
Yeah, I mean, these being sours, like I expected no one to like them.
This is what cider tastes like in... I didn't have any in Germany, so this is what cider tastes like in Paris.
It doesn't surprise me because they're probably using 200-year-old heirloom yeast.
Yeah, it says here that using the bittersweet apples traditionally grown in Brittany, all these I can't barely read it because it's in script, and who the fuck writes in script? Why would you do that?
This is America.
Yeah. So it's Walden. It was Walden. Okay, so yeah, if I don't know, man, we've shit on it, Angry Orchard a lot.
This is something though. This is good.
Yeah,
I wouldn't shit all over this.
Not
even a little.
You'd like the wooden sleeper. It's awesome.
It just tastes like fucking whiskey.
It's like apple juice. It's like apple cider and whiskey, and it's dry. It's fucking really good. So Andy's just kind of like whatever. He don't give a fuck.
Just not into booze as much as.
Why don't you try this rum?
Oh, is that rum?
This is rum.
Yeah, that's rum.
I'm
from
just giving you a splash, just a splash, and I'll put it in like a wine glass so you can really get the nose.
I thought it was orange.
No, it's just the label.
This is just a splash.
So
Since
this is
because before we started the show, we had a little bonus content for some of the YouTube people. Yeah,
I got this. So I went on a cruise, and I was like, well, I'm going to make this cruise fun. I'm going to buy a different bottle from every island. I want to buy a bottle of rum that's made on each island because that's what I'm into. That was 6 months ago, and look how full this is. I bought this bottle a week and a half ago. So this one, I've told the story on the show, but we had to like run around the island to find a liquor store to even. I wound up buying this in a supermarket without getting to taste it. I just had to pick something, and the bottle looks cool. You can't read it; it's all in French. So I was like, yeah, we'll give it a try. It's 55% alcohol by volume. That sounds great. We get home.
Saint Etienne.
Yeah, Saint Etienne. Rum Blanc Agricole HSC.
Saint Etienne is a place in France.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
and because you asked about it, you have to drink it. You have to. You asked about it.
It
That's a
tastes
rule.
like straight rubbing alcohol.
Oh. That is honking, by the way. That is...
I wish I brought the camera for Instagram.
That's disgusting, by the way.
Terrible,
It doesn't even taste like rum.
No. It tastes like straight fucking pot still moonshine.
Well, it tastes like the feet of the guy who stirred it in the bathtub with his
Actually,
feet.
it does. There's a feet taste afterwards.
Horrible.
Yeah, it's
The
awful.
question I've got for you, why is there so much out of it?
What do you mean?
Why is there so much out the bottle?
I made a drink. Like we made cocktails
This is
with
probably 5 shots total. Like I had
to say,
the
that's
first.
probably one of the
you
worst alcoholic drinks I have ever tasted.
You don't have to finish it. So when we first, now here's the
That
thing.
makes me so happy.
Here's the
There's
thing.
even a flavor
When
to
you
it.
when
It's
you
terrible. It just tastes like shitty, rotten sugar cane.
So because of customs, right? You can buy this stuff on the islands, but then the ship takes it from you as you come back in. Yeah. I'm liking it more the more I'm drinking it. I'm thinking that maybe going from this one to this one wasn't a good idea. Maybe starting with this one would have been a better idea.
Sorry, I didn't mean to
No, it's okay. So when you go from island to island, if you buy alcohol, they don't let you keep it. Like you can't bring it to your room. And part of that is so that they can say that it's a customs thing, but really it's not, because all they'd have to do is confiscate anything that was open before you leave the ship.
Right.
But it's really because of all the people who don't pay for the unlimited drink package. They don't want you to buy this on the island for $6 and then not spend $14 a drink at the bar. We had like the full drink package, so that didn't matter. But they don't want to argue that with people.
And because he
So-
knows Gordon,
Yeah, I met this guy, Gordon. Yeah.
his family
Yeah.
runs the whole place, so
it's
he's fine.
So basically they confiscate it, and I didn't get to try this until I got home. And when I got home, I did like a tasting of everything, like preparing for the show, like what order I wanted to do it in, whether or not I wanted to do it in an order that was best for the tasting or go island to island. And we wound up going in an order that was best for the tasting, saving this for last because it was so fucking bad.
Yeah.
That is disgusting.
It's fucking horrible.
I can see
That
that's
makes
the
me so happy.
that's the booze that the alcoholics who are homeless buy when they've no money.
Yeah.
But even then, that was $7 or $8, something like that. That's expensive. There was much cheaper shit. $8 American.
Can you imagine what the cheapest ones taste like?
Probably a lot worse.
I
But the thing is,
opened my own hotel.
Some of the best rums that I had, like we went to Mount Gay. We went
As
to
a light tap.
Where
Mount
was
Gay.
it you went?
This was
Mount Gay.
That's on Barbados. This was in February.
Is that a real name?
Yeah. Yeah, it's the name of the mountain.
Yeah.
Yeah, they named it that before Gay was gay. But it was the last name of the guy who founded the place or something. But that rum was really good, but almost had, U.S. pricing. Because they distribute nationally, they can charge whatever they want. They're on a very rich island, Barbados. Not for the people, but for the people that run shit. So they could charge a little bit more. And then the last island that we went to was St. Thomas, and that's super rich. there's no one but rich people on those islands. So it was $45 for a bottle of rum. But the first couple islands that we went to, they're third world countries. So you get rum that's made on the island, and it's like $6.99 for spectacular shit from a distillery that's been open for 200 years. And then if you bought it in the United States, it'd be 10 times the price.
Wow.
Yeah.
But interesting.
I spent in total on 6 bottles of liquor, including what I bought for you, under $100.
The first word should be hallucination, St. Etienne.
That's fucking terrible.
Bad, right?
Yeah.
Really
bad.
I'm just very happy that you think it's as bad as we think it is. I'm waiting.
No one's ever gone, this is good. I mean, maybe somebody who's used to drinking moonshine.
You're the first guest who's asked about it and has tried it, so it's gonna be a fucking bit now.
Yeah.
And even the smell of it is just disgusting.
Yeah, it smells like rubbing out, like acetone.
Yeah.
Yeah. It smells like bad moonshine. It's crazy. So yeah.
But
talk about some good spirits.
Well, real quick, the moral of the story is check out that R&D center for Angry Orchard in Walden. Absolutely check it out. They got a lot of cool shit out there.
Yeah.
So anyway,
I'll give them a try. Do you want to do something else and then circle back to what are you drinking, or just keep it going?
Keep it going. Keep the ball in the air.
All right. So you want to try this?
Yeah.
How can you keep the ball in there if you've got it in a jar?
Sorry, that was a little rough.
Bloop. So what's this?
So this is a very good gin.
This is breakfast gin by Few Spirits, FEW Few Spirits.
If you'd like to try it, you're
Illinois.
I know you have to drive.
I know. I need.
You need to finish. Jeez, we're out of glasses. You need to finish your rum.
Yeah, drink that.
What's this? Oh, this is mine.
I know.
Wash it out with some water.
You can pour that water into the rum that you're not going to drink. So I like it with a cube.
I'm gonna go straight.
But straight. When I first tried it, I was thinking that it would be good with a lime, but it's actually best completely straight up.
That smells nice.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So the reason that I got it, and the reason that it's called breakfast gin, is because it is infused with English bergamot infused Earl Grey.
Yeah.
So
it's Earl Grey tea, which is infused with the citrus plant bergamot.
I can actually taste the Earl Grey.
Yeah, and juniper and lemon peel. So this gin, it was a little expensive. It was like $45. So it was a little pricey.
How much?
It was like $45 for $7.50. But it's 42% alcohol, which is nice. But yeah, this gin, I tried it with tonic. Don't do it. It's a total waste of money. You lose everything. You can't taste it at all.
It's a very, very, very.
It's very delicate.
Yeah, delicate. Very delicate flavors. Oh God,
my
good.
My recommendation with this would be if you like straight liquor, just like tea dropper, a little bit of water in it, or 1 ice cube. These ice cubes are a little bit big, but you can have a little more if you want.
No, it's fine.
I don't want to take it home.
Oh my God, that's so good.
Well, I don't plan on taking it home. So
all right. Well, maybe when I'm done with my cider.
Yeah. So very, very good. I got it over at Southside.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I got it.
Yeah. He also has another one. Can't remember the name of it, but that was very good. But it's one of the more top shelf ones. He's got like a $40 range.
Yeah, he's funny. He's got plastic jug garbage or $70 bottles, and that's
Where's this?
Right around the corner from me, or right down the street.
Yeah, it's on. We'll plug him especially because he sponsored Creator Fest this year. So Southside Wine and Liquor on Hooker Avenue.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right around there. Like if you leave here and make a left, it's a block over.
Jesus, you might. All right.
I'm telling him.
Yeah, and everybody else.
So they'll figure it out. It's fine. We've already given out the address. That's just them figuring out the road.
I know. It's scary. I don't want them that close.
They already know that we work at Crafted Cup. They'll just find you and follow you home.
Who's this?
Listeners.
All right. We also have a "What Are You Eating" segment, which we need a.
Let's take
a
break first.
We need a bumper for. Oh yeah, you want to take a break? Oh yeah, we should take a break.
Take a break.
We'll come back with. We're going to come back with what are you eating? I have a package from a super fan of ours that we're going to unbox. I'm not sure. He sent me an email about it. I read the email, responded to him, but I was inebriated at the time, and I don't remember what is in here. I have no clue what is in this package. I'm not 100%. So, and I'm sure it's like a very long letter written on a typewriter.
Do you know the last time I was here, we opened up something as well?
Yeah.
It was cookies.
That was from Gavin.
Yeah.
This is from Gavin.
What? That's bizarre.
He has bizarre timing.
That's bizarre, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe it's beef jerky it's in it.
I hope
That'd
so.
be
I'm a little
nice,
hungry.
If
any fans want to send us some beef jerky.
So when we come back,
order us a
we
pizza.
will we'll
make
be
sure it's
reviewing
gluten-free.
moon cheese. Which just, I mean, like, you remember the fucking...
closely followed
like
by
the astronaut ice cream.
Bunny
Think
cheese.
of that, just cheese. He's
So-
going to throw up.
Also, there's some other stuff I would like to talk about. I have devastating news.
Okay.
Devastating
I'm
news.
going to bring it up after the show. Make it linger longer.
This is a teaser. So we'll be right back as soon as I start up iTunes. Just keep it going because I gotta wait for iTunes to load.
We can't. We're gonna
New
get
version.
tagged. You have to download a new version of iTunes right now.
I don't know. No, I don't think so. But it's taking a while to load.
Let me see what I got.
Sorry, Andy. We're not that professional today, or any day really.
I got it.
Fuck's this? Oh. All right, we'll be right back. This is Logan.
Wait, hang on. If I don't click shuffle right now, it will change the song, but it's only going to play Logan Callahan. What do you want to do?
Hit shuffle.
Oh, we're good. It's like sometimes you click shuffle, and it goes, okay, we're going to shuffle now. And then sometimes it's like, we'll shuffle after this song. All right, so this is Logan Callahan performing Mind Riot live on the show.
Yeah. We'll be right back. Stick around.
Trying to hit the post, aren't you?
Trying. It's not
We're
gonna
getting there. We're getting there. It's right here.
No, it's like,
it's coming.
No.
We
We
are so unprofessional.
There's a bing.
All right, we'll be back.
Through the cracks of a stolen jewel, I was tired walking in two-ton shoes. Somebody's talking a third world war. I've been caught in a mind right, and the police said this is normal control. I've been caught in a mind right. Candles burning yesterday. Somebody's best friend died. I've been caught in a mind right. Mind right. I was crying from my eyes, tears bleeding from my soul, and I sharpened my wits on a dead man's skull. I built an elevator from his bones, and I climbed to the top out to stamp out the coast. Candles burning yesterday. Somebody's best friend died. I've been caught in a mind right. child within. Candles burning yesterday. Somebody's best friend died. And I've been caught in a mind ride. I'm tired within. All the locks last night struck in the pouring down wind. Pouring down wind. Man riot, man riot, man riot, man riot.
Man, that sounded like shit.
Hi, I'm Andy Reid from Catskill Cabin Conversations on WGXC 90.7 FM. You're listening to Dead Radio Podcast. Enjoy. Do not fear.
I want Adam to weigh in on how often this happens.
What a
right,
fucking
well, I
pain in the ass.
have all those drops. So what I should do is build 2 key maps, because you can have 2 open at the same time.
Oh, you can?
I think so. Or I think you can switch between them.
Yeah, not quickly though. That's the problem with this thing. It doesn't like you
Yeah,
can't
you
load
might be.
the-
Oh, you know what? I can do. I have a lot of keys open.
Turn your iTunes off.
Oh, thanks. I have a lot of open keys. I just need to
it's fine.
program shit.
Anyway,
all
we're
right,
back.
you can turn me back up. I paused it. You know what I want to do? I'm gonna put all of those on my F keys.
Okay.
And then we can just decide which one we're gonna use.
Yeah, it's frustrating.
I know, I get it.
Because I got this too. I wanted to play this.
Patreon.com/.
This is Gavin Burton, someone who doesn't work for any radio station at all, and you're listening to the Dead Radio Podcast.
That one went fine.
No, it's not. It's all crackly. You hear
Is
it?
it?
No, yeah, it's all fucked up. I wanted to play that one too. I wanted to play two joiners. One for Andy.
Well, if anyone wants Ryan to have a new computer, patreon.com/deadradiopodcast.
Yeah.
We won't have to deal with these issues and waste time on the show.
For fucking sure. So yeah, we're back. We're with Andy Reid, Catskill Cabin Conversations.
Hello.
90.7 WGXE Acre. It's about as good as I can get with that accent. I could say Acre.
Acre.
How does it sound to you?
That's not bad. Not bad.
All right. I'm getting there. One word at a time. It's like it's like AA, just one day at a time. Except for me, it's language.
It's
Booze
it's learning how to speak a language I already speak in a different accent.
So it's exactly like
Yeah.
AA. Yeah. So we're unboxing this. Let's not get pumped up. It could be a suicide note. You never
Could be
know.
anthrax.
Jesus.
Could be anthrax. Could be one of those glitter bombs I heard about.
That'd be great.
Yeah, that would
what's
be
a
funny.
glitter bomb? What's that?
So you,
Basically, you send your friend just a bag of glitter, and you make it in such a way that they're going to rip it open and it's going to go everywhere.
Yeah.
And there are companies that have designed envelopes that when you tear it open, it pulls the glitter out and it goes all over the place.
I can see condoms.
all right. So there's a Trojan Magnum condom and a King, as in the band KYNG, large latex condom. It's Lifestyle's version of the Magnum. So I guess I'll give these to Andy.
Yeah,
because
he doesn't need them.
You know what they say about the Scottish and their dicks. And he wrote on it. It's typed on a fucking typewriter.
Yeah.
Like he's, Dick
The
Tracy.
Unabomber.
Or the I go with Dick Tracy. Unabomber's much better.
Uniballer.
Yeah, the Uniballer. Dear Ryan, Brooke, Eisen, and Adam, you're on the back end. Sorry about that.
It's okay.
You're not his favorite. Enclosed, please find two larger sized, I got date, I have a return address, everything. Enclosed, please
so
find.
I can't post that to Instagram.
Enclosed, please find two larger size condoms for use on the Dead Radio podcast dildo.
Okay.
All right,
so
there we
can
go.
see what they fit, but then it's going to be all greasy.
Yeah,
it's
fine. It's a small price to pay
There's
for
a lot of DNA on there, I'm sure.
Sure. Or for whatever other use it may be needed. If I recall correctly, I made a visit to New York City adult store in the Chelsea section. Sure, man. For such prophylactic items. Thank you for taking these off my hands. Obviously, they're a little of use in my home. I hope all is well with everyone there. And this has to be the most typo-free letter I've written on my Smith Corona typewriter since I got it for my birthday in April. I may not be getting laid in my home, but at least my typing has improved. Love, Gavin. P.S. The Gary and the Morning Show started calling me a nickname since they have appropriated a nickname given to me by Ryan. I think it's only fair that you start using my nickname from that show. On Gary's show, my nickname is Cocoa Butter. It stems from a non-sexual conversation I had with another gentleman there about good skin creams, as I have very dry skin. He recommended Cocoa Butter, and that's where the nickname came from. Old Gavin Cocoa Butter Bert. Thank you, Cocoa Butter. I'm going to laugh about that.
Well, the big question is, what one do you want to use first, the King or the Magnum?
I've never seen either of them outside of a box of them. I didn't do the Aquaman thing from
do it.
40-Year-Old Virgin.
Maybe let some of your viewers decide.
I'm thinking, I guess anybody who wants to weigh in, which condom should I use, the Magnum or the King?
Well, let's go with the Magnum because of the notoriety.
Well, I kind of wanted to go with the King because there's the lesser known. We're
All right.
we're all about local bands and stuff.
It's
small.
Lifestyle's condoms. They're
doesn't matter,
They're
but-
probably the second largest condom company in America.
But if you are carrying around
A Magnum.
baby arm between your legs,
Okay,
you're
so
going to go with the Magnum.
So if you're carrying around a Trojan Magnum, I would almost guarantee your penis is a 1/4 inch bigger than the national average.
Okay.
I would almost guarantee that. How many condoms have you handled in your life?
Do you know what the average is?
It's like 5.5 or 5, right?
It's
I think it's like 5.
It's maybe just under 6.
Yeah. Let's just look it up.
I handled a bunch.
I still got Wikipedia up.
I think it's between 4.8 and 6.2.
Do we want to do the U.S. average or the world average?
Let's do the U.S. average and then the Scottish average. Just for shits and gigs.
I've been called a wee dick many a times.
Okay, so there is nothing on here, so I have to go to Google.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've handled many a condom.
I'm glad you said.
But once I realized that it's much better without them, I worked to we worked, my wife and I currently work to make sure that those got fucking
Holy shit! I wonder if this is
thrown right out the fucking window.
Yeah,
immediately. Uh-oh. What are you finding?
This list is great, but I can't guarantee that it's correct.
Why? What's it from?
It's averageheight.com. It's just like so this website apparently has like human height and weight, breast size by country, penis size by country.
Okay.
So let's just assume that this is correct.
Are they citing their sources?
It would take me a long time to get through that.
Okay.
So, all right. So the United States is 5.079. So I was right there.
All right. 5.079 is average.
Yeah, in the U.S. Brazil, 7.059.
Whoa. Whoa.
So it varies.
Hey,
do we want to see what Scotland is?
Yeah, what was Scotland? We've not got much to beat. 5.079.
Yeah, that's not much. I mean,
it's not listed.
It's too big.
What's the Scottish Sun? Is that like a shitty magazine?
So there's this site specifically doesn't have Scotland.
Britain, UK.
Wow. 6.36 inches. Wow. That's why we're such assholes. We got tiny dicks compared to the rest of the world.
This one's saying Taiwan is 4.2, India is 4.0, Thailand's 4.0,
ooh,
Cambodia is 3.953.
What?
Yeah, I don't know how accurate this is. I would need to do an hour's worth of research to find out if they'd cited.
I mean, let's just go with it.
That's a cock up.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow.
We're not going with the sun.com.
Across the
worlddata.info.
Scotland, 6.45 inches.
That's more than an inch bigger.
I'm sorry, let me translate. 16.38 centimeters.
No way.
Is it millimeters over there? Or
so I got the UK. Oh, well, it's in centimeters, so we're gonna need some help. We're gonna
All right,
need
go
some
ahead.
help.
What's the centimeters?
So the UK is 13.97. Do you know off the top of your head how many inches that is?
13.
I'm really good with meters,
wow,
but centimeters, it's hard.
Well, why don't you type in ask Google what 16 point such and such is?
Yeah,
in
I can
inches?
do that.
Hey Siri,
but I thought you'd be able to help me because you're a Scot and you know metric.
Hold on.
Hey Siri, show me dicks.
Couple of hands.
All right. But I mean, like all of this is probably bullshit.
I can't believe I'm saying
so
this.
like like a lot of these websites are just debunking the size maps that I'm looking at.
Oh wow!
So I don't think there's a lot of science that we're going to be able to just find right now.
It's a global conspiracy.
I had heard
pumping up their numbers.
I had heard that the world average is 5, and that anything. So we talked about this in statistics class.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the world, it's a bell curve, and the world average is 5 inches.
A bell end curve.
So it's a mushroom-shaped curve.
It's a German helmet curve.
Yeah. So the world average was 5 and change, and then anything over an inch on either side was above 1 standard deviation.
Ah.
So past 1 inch, the amount of people that are more or less than that is halved by a much smaller percentage. So it looks like this. So most people are in here, 1% deviation is here, 1% deviation is here, and it drops off 50% between each standard deviation.
So it's percentiles.
So
people like in Cambodia dragging down the numbers is what you're saying.
Penis percentiles.
No, but they're not. That's the thing. Even people in those countries represent such a small population of the world that it's only one standard deviation.
Right.
So, and I'm not pretending to know all about statistics. So let's just say, for the sake of argument, it's 5. Let's say 5.5 on the high side.
I mean,
yeah, this thing's 7 inches long. That's bigger than my penis. Mine's a much better shape, but
that's more even.
That one's kind of pointy.
It's tapered. It's tapered at the base.
It's definitely for guys trying to exercise their buttholes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like this. It's very pointy, and then the tapered base is to just hold it in there.
It steps down.
Yeah.
You know too much.
Got a nice little lip.
I've
at
seen
the
this
bottom.
thing every week for a year. More than a year.
Yeah.
And that doesn't look like my penis. Doesn't look like any penis I've ever seen in.
That looks like your penis to be a blood flow problem.
Yeah.
I have an idea. Let's put a condom on.
Yeah, we're just gonna put a condom on it. God, I wish I brought the fuking camera tonight. I didn't bring a camera because I didn't think this was going to be a good episode.
He who hesitates, he who hesitates masturbates, as they say. All right. Let me see if I can remember this.
Do you know what the lightest thing is in the world?
Hmm?
Do you know what the lightest thing?
The lightest thing in the world? No.
We're talking about gas or solid, or is this going to be a joke?
Oh, it's
a wind out of the sails.
Well, it's a penis. You can lift it with your mind.
Confucius say. All right, so what I remember was you got to roll it out a little bit.
Reservoir.
Still acting stupid. You wore one last night.
He's probably not worn a condom in 10 years.
I have not worn a condom in. Give me a second. 15 years.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Nah, you know what? That's not true. Probably 10. Because there was some.
So
wow.
Here's where we can see that.
Yeah. If you're looking.
This penis definitely has a girth issue at the head area.
Yeah, yeah, we're getting wrinkles at the top. We're getting folds in the condom. And as we go down further, it starts to smooth out. And then toward the base, here's where we start to get the rollback that you get.
Dude, that is no bigger than a regular. I wish we had regular. Do you have condoms still? Didn't we have condoms laying around?
Right here.
Give me. Compare it to that.
These were given to me by Gavin. It's either way you're screwed. Fake ass gonna get a bitch pregnant condoms.
Yeah. Okay. So this you would assume would be the same size as a normal condom.
Yeah.
So we're gonna put this on and see if it's any fucking longer.
This
because
Magnum? Okay, hold on.
Yeah, because we're talking about.
I'm gonna do pinky, pinky and thumb. Pull this. Oh no, it's sticking on there.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna come off. But that was more me making fun of like the weird shape of this penis. But you're talking, so it's 7 inches to the bottom comfortably.
That might
right?
not come off now. Yeah.
7 inches to the bottom comfortably. It'll stretch if need be.
Do you know there's a code number in the base of every condom?
There's a code number? Why?
Did you know that?
No, he's about to tell another
Can't
joke.
be rolling it back far enough.
All right, so that comfortably 7 inches with a 1/2 inch reservoir tip, right? Now let's compare that. They smell weird,
bad.
right?
They smell so bad.
All right, so put this one
you
on.
You put it on. I'm trying this on as a glove.
I couldn't believe.
No, don't break it because we need to compare them.
Are you kidding me? You think if I broke this?
What?
You.
I want to compare
it would ruin the company.
I'm trying to compare the length. You're stretching it over your hand. It's definitely not how it was designed. Okay, so there's definitely a girth difference.
I'm having trouble finding the angle here on the dong. There we go.
So there's definitely a girth difference between this super cheap condom. Oh, it's lubricated.
It sure is. Nice and lubed up. There is not
the exact same fucking size.
I wouldn't say the exact, but damn close.
A 1/2 inch, maybe.
Maybe.
And we're, again, like I said, this is a 7-inch fucking dick. So that's, let's just say for the sake of math, that's 2 standard deviations, which means that that's less than 1/10 of 1% of the population is going to have a dick that big.
All I know
So if you're buying Magnum condoms, you're just buying regular size condoms at a higher price just so that you can feel like your dick is bigger. I know someone who bought Magnum condoms, and I'll tell you after the show who it was, and you can just take a guess if his dick was any bigger than either of ours. Mm-hmm. I hope people read my lips at home. Yeah, because there's no way. There's just no way. There's just no way. Unless it was some sort of genetic anomaly.
Sorry.
All right, so let's compare this one to...
Oh, look at that. Look what I can do.
Penis hand.
So that was the King Magnum. I can't even fucking get this thing off.
All right, so this is you got to watch the YouTube. You have to.
Yeah, you have to. He's doing like an Aquaman thing at first with the condom on his hand.
But now I'm able to blow it up like a balloon. Oh!
See, that's what I
man.
didn't want you to do.
And now it's a bracelet.
You could have played with it as much as you wanted.
Yeah, now it's a
We needed to compare the flaccid length.
The flaccid length?
Yeah, now we can't.
Oh.
That's why I didn't want you to do that until after we did the science.
We need to try the Magnum now.
Yeah. So now Magnum brand condom. All right. Well, that'll give you an approximate. Can you take that off? I can't do it from my angle.
I read in Cosmo that if you want to get this was a long time ago that I read that there's lube everywhere.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know if that's a bell ring because it's an honest statement.
Yeah, that's not a double entendre.
Okay, I got it off. It's definitely a lot tighter. That's for sure.
It doesn't have the girth for sure.
But what was I saying? I read in Cosmo that
but
a sexy way to put on a condom is with your mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is also, I mean, this
not
is...
you, your partner.
It should be said that this is not a true representation because this is like a joke condom. It's a real condom.
I mean,
but
it looks like it works.
No, I know, but it's not a name brand condom.
All right, sorry.
I'm sure it would work.
I'm having too much fun playing.
But this is the one, this is the joke one that Gavin got us.
Yeah. Gavin's giving
We
us
don't have any of those laying around that were from the... When you got your fucking dick thing?
You have to be more specific.
The Clone-A-Willy. They like send samples and shit.
Oh.
They were sitting out here for a long time. They were like lifestyle.
Everybody
condoms.
took them.
They took them?
Yeah.
Okay.
All the guests took the condoms. They wouldn't take the anal desensitizing gel.
All right, so you definitely got more girth with that one.
This is a bigger, badder condom. This is the... Are you not having fun?
The Trojan
I'm
Magnum.
watching.
He's just paying attention.
These are the... Yeah, this is the Magnum.
This is the the daddy.
This motherfucker is big. Look at this. It's loose all the way to the bottom.
Yeah, so it's more of a girth thing than a length thing.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what it's all about.
I didn't realize that.
Oh
I thought
my
it was
God.
a size thing, like a length thing.
Well, length, size, length. I mean, it's what is it?
Because I've used those and I've
length
noticed
versus width. Look
so
at that.
I've used those and I've noticed no difference whatsoever.
What, Magnums?
Yeah, as far as putting them on versus like a regular old like Trojan condom.
I used the condom a while ago. It was
I think we need to revisit this and we need to compare a Trojan condom, which is made by, or a Trojan Magnum versus a Trojan regular condom.
Gavin, get on that, buddy.
Be interesting to see what they used in the old Scudbooks.
I wish I could put it on my nose or something.
You can put it over your head and blow it up.
I'm not going to do that.
Why not?
Because I'm going to mess up my hair.
And you smell of...
Yeah. We're just going to
have like a
condoms everywhere.
It does have like a very different smell. It's just like that smell of
Oh,
lace.
my God, you smelled it. I thought you...
It's just that smell of latex and condom lube.
Smells like Habitation Saint-Ger Etienne rum.
This condom smells better than that rum. Well, Gavin, thanks for the package of things to cover my package, and I think he's sent us on a.
Can you send me home with that so I can scan it and redact his address?
Have it. Take it.
I think it would look really good if I redacted his address.
Yeah, sure.
Because I'll scan it and then print it out and then use a Sharpie to redact everything and then scan it again.
It's not his address; it's his PO box, and part of me wants to give it out just because, why not? I'm just trying to position this dick.
No, I'll redact. I mean, we've said his last name a bunch of times, but
there we go.
Yeah, I like that he said larger.
Mm-hmm.
Not large or very large. So he's just like, that's a pretty normal size. It's slightly large.
That seems like an edit.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was careful about that.
Yeah. I think
Anyway.
Well, I'm sure he wrote this out. So he said, yes, you may read on the podcast anything not crossed out. So we don't really have to redact anything, but yeah.
Yeah, well, it's a P.O. box, so that's what I'm saying. Jesus Christ.
Oh, so I have to redact the thing that he said we can't read on air.
Real quick, I have terrible news.
You do?
Oh, you told me.
I do. I have very...
Well, you said you had terrible news, and I feel like it's
Terrible
going
news.
to be something I don't care about, or it will be actual terrible news that you'll laugh about.
It's bad. It's really bad. This affects me at a personal
See,
level.
now I know that it's not a real thing.
Crocs are closing the remaining manufacturing facilities.
Why?
In their place, they will be opening fanny pack facilities to replace the new trend of douchebags that everyone hates.
Crocs Incorporated said that it's closing all of its manufacturing facilities and announced that its chief financial officer will resign. Crocs, C-R-O-X, I guess that's on the NASDAQ or whatever it is, based out of Newark, Colorado, posted a press release Tuesday that the facility in Mexico will shutter, and there are plans to close one in Italy. The company said it plans to completely outsource production.
Oh, good.
So they're still going to be available.
So instead of you buying a Mexican product, you'll just buy a Chinese product.
Exactly.
Yeah, so they'll just be more expensive and lower quality.
So they're not going to be called Crocs, going to be called Dion.
That's super racist.
Yeah, you're a fucking racist. Yeah, this makes me very nervous. I feel like Crocs might. This is like the first step to folding up, right?
No, it's not.
Because they're trying to save money.
No.
I'm nervous.
They're trying to save money, and they're still going to charge you the same amount. It's really all it comes down to, I think. That, to me, sounds like, well, the CEO wasn't on board with outsourcing, so we voted him out, and he'll be stepping down, and now we're going to be making gaggles of money, and you get rubber that has been found by the state of California to cause cancer.
I need to get new pairs of Crocs. I'm not wearing them right now because they're pretty beat up. So I need to get
how many pairs do you have?
I just have one. I had two. They were beat up. I just threw them out because they were shot. I have a nice pair. They're olive drab green with a black leather top. They were.
Can you show us them?
They're upstairs. I mean,
we're not interrupting the show to look at them.
Okay.
We're not gonna. You could see them on the way out if you really want to see it.
I was bummed because I didn't wear them when the Warp the Weft was in here, and their drummer is a big fan of Crocs. So,
right.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a sad day. It's a sad day for us.
I do see the appeal. You know, like I wear Vibrams. Those are just as weird. So it's not that they're weird. It's that they're Vibram 5 fingers. They're like the toe shoes.
Oh yeah, they're not bad. Yeah.
Yeah, it's super weird. So the thing that I'm making fun of you about is it's like they're an old lady shoe for like ladies that have like a bad back and like they're fallen arches because they're 90.
I don't give a shit. They're comfortable.
I get that. Yeah.
And I immediately feel relaxed. Look at these. Look at these. I might get these next. I don't know. These high heel Crocs.
Yeah, that's fucking that takes everything that every argue point that you have for Crocs and throws it right out the window. That's like Vibram 5 Finger saying, so we're gonna put a supportive sole, and it's gonna be hard, and it's just gonna be a toe shoe that you can't flex your foot in, so that it looks better.
But these I knew a hairdresser that used to wear these, and she said they were the most comfortable shoes the most comfortable high-heeled shoes she had.
High heels,
dude.
Which means that we're moderately comfortable.
I really think that all of this, like nurses wearing Crocs, like nurses wear Crocs all day long, and they do it because their feet hurt because they're standing all day. I really think that their feet hurt because they're wearing crappy shoes. You know what I mean? I think you just have no muscles in your feet anymore. That's what it comes down to. You wear these like fucking heeled shoes didn't exist until 100 years ago.
Well, while you're dealing with trench foot in the apocalypse, my feet will be able to breathe.
Trench
It's not
foot.
about trench foot.
Through the holes.
What's trench foot?
The trench foot is
when your foot rots off.
Yeah, that's not
because it's sweating too much. Because
Yeah.
this doesn't have air holes.
You want to
like
know
a
what's going to happen?
like a pair of Crocs.
You want to know
does.
what's going to happen to your foot? Okay, we can prove this. I will hike barefoot, completely barefoot, for 13 miles. We'll go camping again. I'll do it completely barefoot, and you do it in Crocs. You will give up in the first mile because you will be covered in goddamn blisters from that thing just rubbing around all floppy, and you're like, it's so comfortable.
I'll be super relaxed though.
You'll be traveling at roughly 0.25 miles an hour. Your toes and heels will be bleeding. You have to do like when you all or nothing with that kind of thing. It either needs to be suctioned to your foot.
Yes, we need to wear this here.
What do you got there? I like those. They're slip-on.
They're like clogs, male clogs.
Oh, they're made in Germany.
Yep.
Speaking my language.
What, you German?
Yeah, of course I am. You know that.
Yeah,
Shut up.
very expensive.
His last name is Bosch.
Very expensive.
Are these the expensive shoes?
Yeah.
That Julie was talking about?
They,
they have latex grease or they have lube all over them.
They do now.
It's good for keeping that leather nice and what's the word? Supple.
That is the word. Oh, dude, I should fucking show you really quick. Ask me after the show.
All right.
The leather on a pair of shoes that Kurt sent me, I really like the aesthetic of it. It's very nice.
Okay. Well,
so I'll show them to you. I mean,
circle back
he
around
keeps
later.
sending me size 8.5 shoes, so I've never tried on a pair of.
What size are you?
I'm like a 10.5. I'm more like an 11 now.
I'm 10.
Did your feet grow?
No, I'm heavier. So your feet get bigger if you get heavier.
All right. I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Average pregnant woman, it's like a size and a half.
Really?
Yeah. So being that I'm heavier now than I was 15 years ago, going up a half a size. But anyway, that's it for shoe talk. Do you want to try this?
Sure. This is raw cider. All right, good. Jeez,
Sorry.
Louise.
I can take a swig out of it if you want.
Woo.
That's right.
That's pungent.
Yeah, so this is the same cider, same cider house, Brooklyn Raw Cider. This one, I'm not sure if everybody's going to be as into, unless you're really into sours. Let me just pull a description. Just tell me what you think.
I think it tastes like gas.
It tastes like gas.
Gas
So
or ass?
This one they start off with
petrol.
Oh,
Sorry.
right.
This one they start off fermenting with wild yeast. It tastes like a homemade cider, but professional. You don't.
What
like
does
it?
that mean?
Do you want? Will you take the rest of this?
Yeah, if you don't want it.
What is,
I hate it.
what does that mean? They're like professionally made it taste shite?
Not that. It's very hard to get a sour. If you're not into sours, everyone will go like, "Well, I understand. I don't understand why you would ever want to do that." But if you're into sour things, it's very hard to do without ruining it.
That tastes like a lemon warhead to me.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you know, I can't stand IPAs.
I thought you were going to say black people.
Don't you hate everyone?
IPAs?
Sorry.
IPAs? You don't like IPAs? I didn't like IPAs for a long time, and before I got diagnosed, I've said it before, but I started getting into them. And it's a good thing I did because most gluten-free beers are very hop-heavy. But what's
You
about...
had to cover the terrible flavors.
But you guys, when did you... How old were you when you left Scotland?
Can't remember. 2007.
30s? 40s? 50s? You were in your 50s when you left, right?
What did you just turn? 58? No, is it it's 49?
49.
49.
Oh,
Okay.
man. He's going to have to
happy
check it.
Happy birthday, by the way.
When was that?
August 5th.
Yeah.
Oh, you're a Leo.
I'm glad you cleared that up there.
Yeah. If he believed in nonsense, he would be. Oh, what's your sign? I don't fucking have one because that's horse shit.
But this is like the hoppy beers overseas. They're not, Are they? Do you have a lot of hoppy beers in
No.
Scotland?
Not really,
and
no.
UK and everything.
No.
That's what I'm saying.
So I just, do you know what they taste like? You know how when you're drunk and you're sick and you're vomiting and to the point where your eyes are bursting and you're up on your toes and you're like, oh, and there's nothing coming out, and then you start bringing up bile.
Yeah.
That's what IPAs taste like to me.
Oh, the bile?
Yeah. So I can't.
Not for me.
I
I
can't
think they're
drink them.
delicious.
I had that migraine a couple weeks ago.
I think also
know all about bile.
when I got into IPAs, I was still a smoker. So I feel like all I wanted to ever eat and drink was IPAs and really hot chicken wings because I don't think I could taste anything. So when I started to get off the cigarettes, I think it was more that I couldn't smell anything. So when I got off the cigarettes, I just kind of stuck with it. But now I've dialed way back. I don't really drink as many really hoppy beers.
Do you still eat chicken wings?
Oh, yeah. But they're not as hot as they were back then.
That's how you're supposed to pour. You're
Oh,
supposed to
yeah.
stick your thumb in the butthole.
Are you?
That's the way the guy told me.
All right. Good for him.
Is that right? Let's see.
Don't try and pour it with the top still on. It doesn't work. Yeah, right?
They probably just did that and
Well, they just,
decides
I mean,
that's
it's
what it
not,
should be
that's
done.
not why that's there. It's not why the cone is in the bottom of the bottle.
No,
Why is it there?
To keep them from blowing up. Yeah, when they first started making champagnes and sparkling wines, so this is very lightly carbonated, so you don't need as deep. We're talking about the concave part on the bottom of a champagne bottle.
Yeah.
And they started doing that because a flat surface has a lot less strength. Think about like a dome and how much stronger it is rather than a flat surface. So if you put 100 pounds on a flat plane of glass, it's going to crack and break. But if that was concave or convex, depending on where you're standing, it would hold up that weight because it distributes it in... what the fuck is it called? It's shear strength versus tersile?
Tensile.
Yeah, so you're putting the weight on this part, but it's distributing evenly throughout that curve. So it's the same thing in a bottle. A bottle has even pressure all the way around because it's a liquid. So the pressure building up in the bottle, the liquid can't be compressed, so it's pressing evenly on all surfaces. So that's why champagne... Just make sure the fucking lid's on this. Champagne bottles are stored like this.
Oh.
Part of the reason is because of the
cork. To keep
the
cork
cork.
moist.
But the majority of the reason that they originally
Moist.
did it was because they used to be flat-bottomed. So you had an air pocket at the top, and the air pocket could be compressed. But if you store it like this, now it's compressing up here and not compressing down here. And then they figured out that if you rounded the bottom, it didn't blow off. So that's why that's like that, because that's probably a bottle-conditioned cider.
So that's what we should do with these countries that are in
The
danger.
more you know.
Like Syria and stuff like that. Like, put a big hole
give
in
them,
the bottle.
give them alcohol.
Yeah.
Just
That
give
way
them
they
alcohol.
That way they can't explode.
They don't get it. They don't have alcohol. They're not allowed.
Every building that they build from now on should be a dome.
You're just building bunkers.
What's with this shirt? It's almost as loud. Well, it's about as loud as Maine Jansfield's pants.
This is Glasgow Celtic.
Is it Celtic or Celtic?
Depends on where you are.
Glasgow Celtic, my soccer team.
If you're a Boston douchebag, it's Celtic.
All right.
This shirt was aptly named the Bumblebee.
The Bumblebee. I think it's very loud, and it's a color that we enjoy here at the Dead Radio Podcast.
Lime green is one of my favorite colors.
I wouldn't say it's lime green. It's like neon.
That one's it's more of like a neon yellow to greenish color.
So that's your soccer team? Like you own it?
Yeah. I love them.
Talk to me. What is it?
Do you say football or
Glasgow
soccer?
Celtic football.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a Scottish team.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes, Glasgow Scotland.
I never understood the club thing. Well, I guess I understand the club.
Oh, sorry,
it's the
boys.
same as a team. It's just a club.
Yeah.
It's just a different word.
It's just weird.
Do you know the one word I do hate? Franchise.
Franchise?
Like referring to a club.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a franchise. It's somebody's team that they grew up supporting all their life, and their dads supported them, and their dad's dad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not a
Well, the
franchise.
franchise thing is just
It's an institution.
Yeah, the franchise thing is just. I mean, we haven't been around as long as you guys, like as a country. So we just like go, yeah, we're gonna build something like that, and then we build it, which is why like the entire western half of the United States is all in squares, and everything else is the way it would have been before you had airplanes and cars. So like a franchise thing is you have a commodity, not so much like a football club.
Yeah.
It's a team that someone owns, and we can just go, hey, LA offered us $40 million to move from New York to LA. So they move the franchise team from New York to the Dodgers would be an example.
Yeah, that's just nonsense.
Yeah, so it's not the same thing. There's no sense of, and I fucking hate organized sports. I would hate them a lot less if it was more like the way it is in,
There's
Europe.
a lot of problems in Europe because there's a lot of really rich teams and they are screwing up competition.
Well,
I really enjoy seeing soccer players pretend to get hurt in 2018 when everything's instant replay and going all. I mean, 20 years ago that probably worked really well, but now you see a guy that didn't get hit at all, like crying and falling down. I think that's super awesome. Like a world-class athlete pretending to cry. It's great.
Honestly, I mean, maybe you can. I'm sure you'll have more insight to this, but that's like the biggest turnoff for for a lot of Americans about
why soccer is
crap. Football. At least for me, I watch the women soccer. To be honest,
just to see
because they don't flop as hard.
Just to see their ass.
Well, there's that, but they don't really flop as much, not nearly as much, and they don't make like. And when they do, it's like. It's kind of legit. They did get tackled or whatever the hell.
The American side is quite good.
Yeah.
They're one of the best teams in the world.
Oh, the female?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. But watching
the guys,
male soccer, it's like, I can't watch it. I grew up watching hockey and football. I didn't really like football.
Yeah, these are guys.
I've never liked football.
These are guys with missing teeth and stuff like that. Aren't they?
Yeah. Hockey's like one of my favorite sports because those guys will get, like, there was a story. I can't remember the guy's name. If Mike Shishmanian was here, he'd know exactly who I'm talking about. He got hit on the eye. He caught a skate on the eye and got sliced, like, across his eyebrow. This is like the second period, left in the beginning of the second period, went back, got stitched up. They taped it up, and he was out by the third period. He was ready to play in like half an hour.
Right.
That's crazy.
Do you want to know what my opinion on all of these things are? It's the safety equipment is the problem. I really think the safety equipment is the problem because if you look at rugby, you don't hear about as many concussions, as many traumatic brain injuries. They're not murdering their wives 5 years after they retire. And the reason for that is because this motherfucker goes, I don't have a helmet on. I'm not going to hit him that hard.
I don't know if
I'm telling you.
If I was playing rugby and my job was to hit you, I'm going to hit you as hard as I possibly can.
You're going to hit that guy, but you're not going to do it with your helmet.
I'm sure.
Because you don't fucking have one. You're going to hit him with your shoulder. You're going to act more like a UFC fighter is going to be. I need to protect my hands and my feet while inflicting injury.
I worked in a bar at a rugby club. So it's just to see guys
coming
in with teeth marks in their,
but
their face.
So the thing is, like, you lose teeth. you break a collarbone, you knock your head. Yeah, but you're not going in practice, hitting shit hard enough to cause brain injury.
Mm-hmm.
You're not doing that because you know you're going to get You're not going to hit somebody in the head with your head.
Can we go back to you worked in a bar? You were the bartender, or you worked in you were the bartender at a rugby club?
Yeah.
So like, I don't understand. Club as in like bar, or club as in like the rugby club?
No, it was like a rugby club, as in they had like 5 teams. It was amateurs.
Okay.
And they had a clubhouse, and I worked
with
in
a bar in it.
Whoa.
And you know what? You see these guys.
How fun was that? Or was it scary?
A lot of booze, a lot of beer drinking.
Uh-huh.
But you see these guys on the pitch, and they're like knocking lumps at each other. But then they're back in the bar buying each other beers.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't leave the pitch. It stays in the pitch, and then once the game's over, you know, they go back and, you know, right, okay, he punched him, here, there's a beer. You know, and it's back to forgetting all about it. Whereas you see these guys playing soccer, your Neymar and all these guys rolling about as if they've just been shot.
As if they've been hurt, yeah.
And you
I
see all the players
about a bunch of separate issues.
You see all the players walking into the training, you know, walking in, and they've all got headphones on as if to say, "Don't talk to me."
Yeah, it's weird. It's just.
And the dog agrees.
Apparently. Yeah. See how pissed off the dog is about, you know, soccer and
it's just
slopping? Shut up! Somebody stop him!
Well, I recently saw an article that I skimmed. I didn't read the whole thing about how heading a football or soccer ball in the United States is the most dangerous part of soccer.
Yeah, because if you're
every
going
time
to
you do
head
it,
the ball, everybody's going to head the ball.
No. No. You hitting the ball. One of the most injuries that you can get in soccer, because you're building up head trauma.
And you know,
every time you hit that ball, yes, it doesn't seem like a lot, but you're sloshing your brain from side to side. So you're better off getting kicked in the head once than heading a ball once every game for your whole career.
Oh.
You know, years and years ago, the balls were made. They were called mitre bladders, right? Because it was leather. And then inside was a bladder, and it was tied up with lace. And when it got wet, it was really, really heavy. So the balls then were a lot worse to header. So you're finding that a lot of players from the past, 50s and 60s, maybe get Alzheimer's and dementia.
Really?
And stuff
Yeah,
like
they're
that.
really linking all of that stuff to constant head blows. Like, people talk shit about UFC. You get hit.
Boxing's way worse.
Oh, boxing is way worse because you're getting hit during practice every fucking time.
There's this fighter, Donald Cerrone. He's a UFC fighter, and he's big hillbilly, dip in his mouth, cowboy hat on, lives in Colorado, has a huge ranch. He goes like, knee boarding before events and stuff. Like before the 2 days before he's gonna fight, he's out, skiing behind a boat, water skiing. He stopped sparring.
Yeah.
During his camps and everything like that. Like, he's pretty much almost done with sparring with other people, because he's just like, man, I just feel healthier when I'm not getting like beat up in training, and then by the time I show up, my head's like screwed on, right? I don't have any headaches, I got nothing. So he stopped fighting. The guy's got like 50 fights or 30-something fights in the UFC, and he's gonna fight in the next in like a month or two.
So
he's still going.
Do you watch it?
Oh yeah, when I can. It's like the only that and hockey are the only sport. Soccer, of course, when it's on, like, are the only women's soccer, hockey, men's American hockey, and because Canadian hockey, that's just weird.
It's not weird at all.
It's
That's
not weird at all.
Normal.
It's just, I don't want to watch it.
Why?
A lot of apologizing. No real, like, They're all very friendly up there, so I don't want to I want to see somebody get hurt. And UFC. Yeah.
Watch NASCAR?
Mixed martial arts. I do not. I would rather watch.
Paint
I would rather watch you try to fit a light bulb up your asshole.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
I like NASCAR. I don't really watch it anymore because I don't have anybody to watch it with. But it's mostly because
you don't have anybody to watch it with.
No. It's one of those. It's one of those things. It's kind of like football, but it's.
But you can't watch it unless you're sitting doing with popcorn with another guy.
No, it. I mean, it is.
I don't know what he just said, but you did.
You can't watch it unless you're having popcorn with another guy.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was at least the gist of it. But NASCAR gist.
Oh, gist.
Right. GIST. So NASCAR is one of those. We're getting so sidetracked. NASCAR is one of those things
the
where
man with condoms hanging next to him.
Yeah. So NASCAR is one of those things where it is very much a social event because you're just waiting for things to happen. There's like a huge chess game going on of
shiteness.
No, like the first 3/4 of the race is all fuel and tire strategy. Nothing's happening. It's just people going around in a circle trying not to crash, and then the last quarter of the race is when things really come into play and you see that it is a team sport. It's not just the one guy. It's all the people that are behind the scenes that are really making everything work. And yes, the race car driver's the star, and that his or her job is to not crash. That's it. And then everything comes down to where you've laid your pieces out in the last few laps of the race.
Did you ever see that footage of that guy who was fixing the car, one of the lap technicians?
Pit guys?
And the guy pulled away and the guy's leg was still in front of the...
It happens all the time.
Does it?
I've heard so many stories, and I don't want to go down a big rabbit hole, but we could do a cool conversation about this at some point. But when I went to college, most of my professors were NASCAR pit guys. That was where they got their start. And he's like, there's so much shit that you don't see. Because when they were on the teams, it was in the 90s. So none of that shit went out on television. Now they have access to all the radios. They know what the driver is telling people and this and that and whatever. But it's just like, yeah, so you pulled out a little early and we only tightened one lug nut. Do you want to come back in or you want to risk it? Like shit like that.
Holy hell.
But that happens all the time. Dude, seriously, like pulling into your pit stall straight is between you winning a championship and you fucking crashing.
Gee.
Yeah, there's a lot of moving parts. So I get why people don't like it because they think, oh, it's just cars turning left. Yeah, no, it's a $400,000 race car doing 195 miles an hour around a track with another 80 cars.
I understand all that.
Yeah.
And I understand, like,
if you're not interested into it,
it's a boring spectacle, isn't it?
Exactly. That's the thing.
Yeah.
It's like baseball. It's like football. It's like any sport like that. Any sport, anything like that. There are, like me for baseball.
It's like the minutia stuff.
Exactly. If someone who doesn't really watch baseball and I watch baseball together, you're just watching nothing. I'm seeing all the little things that are going on, and I'm super fucking stressed because there's a guy on second and there's only one out, and like they got to
see. I didn't get that until I started watching NASCAR. I still hate baseball, but I didn't get that until I started watching NASCAR. But for me, it's just kind of like, so take baseball. Except for people,
yeah, please take it.
Just so all those things. That was a good one-liner. So all the things that you like about baseball, let's say anyone at any given time could die because someone on their team fucked up.
That can happen.
Not as much.
No, not.
How many people have died in baseball?
I don't know. How many people have died in
I
baseball?
guarantee it's under 20.
Yeah, it's probably under 20.
I mean, baseball as a whole, it's probably more, but I'm sure that there's in the amateur leagues, it's more alcohol related. But I mean, nobody's died in NASCAR in a long time, but that's because they put a lot of rules in place. But for instance, like I said, you have the lowest guy on your totem pole on your team could kill you at any race, and that's kind of people watch it for the crashes. I get that, but like the real fans kind of don't, But like I said, I don't even really watch it that much anymore, just because whenever I'm at a bar and it's playing, I find myself just gravitating towards it. And I don't really know any people that race anymore, but I used to know people, like people that I knew were in NASCAR. So it was it made it a lot more interesting. Are you looking to see how many people have died in baseball?
Yeah, it's mostly like people in the 1920s who got hit by a pitch.
Yeah.
And then other ones are like diabetes, car crash, catastrophic organ failure, tuberculosis.
There was that pigeon that one time.
Rest in peace, Pat Lubby. 1899 died of tuberculosis while he was a pitcher at 30.
Who was the one that killed that?
Years.
Who was the one that killed that fucking pigeon?
Fuck. Randy Johnson, his name was.
Pitcher or pigeon?
Pitcher. Check this shit out.
No. I was saying pigeon.
Yeah.
Someone killed a pitcher?
Pigeon.
Okay, well, he said pitcher or pigeon. You said yes.
Don't listen to him.
So how's the moon cheese, Andy?
The moon cheese.
Watch this shit, Andy. Oh, maybe not.
Is this going to disturb me?
No, not really. This is Randy Johnson. It's terrible.
That's fine. Just mute it. Mute it.
Bang! See that? Bird flies in as he releases the pitch, and he hits it fucking square.
It fucking exploded.
Blows it into a million pieces. Look at that. Thunk.
Wow.
How fucking crazy is that? And he threw like 100 miles an hour, that guy. That guy's ridiculous. Andy just dipped into the moon.
All right, so we're getting off of sports. We're done with this conversation. If you have any questions that you'd like us to revisit, let us know.
Sorry, I've just troubled by the taste in my mouth.
All right.
The creepiest thing is, okay, so it's basically dehydrated cheddar cheese.
Cheese jerky.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cheese jerky. I'll write that down.
Cheese jerky.
Give us another one.
My only real complaint is that
false advertising on the bag.
What is it?
Look at this. They're nice.
It doesn't say actual size.
Nice circles and everything, and these are like.
It doesn't say actual.
These
size.
are like fucking. They look like deer.
I also ate a bunch of them.
You know.
It tastes like Cheez-Its.
It tastes like Kraft. It tastes like Kraft macaroni and cheese flavored
powder
goldfish.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But doesn't that lead you to believe that Kraft macaroni and cheese, like they say, made with real cheese, and you're like, that's bullshit. It is. You dehydrate a banana, it tastes just like banana flavored.
So what is
Runts.
this? Just dehydrated cheese curds or
Just
something?
dehydrated cheese curds. That's all it is. My sister's had the Parmesan one. Let me see.
Honestly, it's a little squeaky.
Yeah, I got these because I was like, this is like a true shelf-stable keto snack that I could keep in my bag, which would help me keep on the diet.
Mm-hmm.
But they're too salty for me.
Oh, I think you know me, I'm salty.
They really taste like goldfish on crack.
Yeah, they're like pumped up goldfish. Yeah, I like them.
But this is
I actually kind of like it.
Yeah, they're
like I wanted to talk shit at first. Did you want any more of this?
No.
There's only 1 gram of carbohydrate in a serving, which is I think a sixth of this. So if you're on a keto diet, even if you eat half the bag, you're fine.
So how much is it?
$3.99.
Where'd you find it?
Rite Aid.
This Rite Aid?
Mm-hmm.
Our Rite Aid is the shit.
Yeah.
It's got the best snacks. And that's coming from me. You know what I'm saying.
So he's eating more. So they're really not bad.
Oh, I took a lot.
They're very greasy. I mean, if you're on like a ketogenic diet or like
that's the condom stuff.
Even a like a paleo diet.
It's just squeaky. Like it's bothering me that it's squeaky on my teeth.
Yeah. So I ate a bunch of these. And this is gonna weird you out. I ate a bunch of these, and then was like picking my teeth 15 minutes later, and it has the springy consistency of regular cheese. Like it rehydrated in my mouth.
Oh, that's gross.
But
and then you found blood in your stool.
This means that we could make pizza in the apocalypse. Yeah. I want to
rehydrated.
I want to try and dehydrate mozzarella and make this in my food dehydrator. Because I feel like if
Why not just buy an air fryer?
He's got one.
I have an air fryer, but an air fryer would.
Ooh!
What?
Can you bring the air fryer here?
Yeah.
And we can air fry shit live on the show?
Yeah, we could do that.
There you are.
Thank you very fucking much.
So we
need to do that.
Just one thing.
You need
the air fryer is really awesome for chicken. You cannot make French fries in it.
How long can you? How long?
I
does
can
it take?
do. Okay, so chicken thighs in your oven. How long would that take you? Let's say you're going to make 12 chicken thighs.
An hour at least. Because
At least
I cook them.
I would go 2.5 on chicken thighs at like 325, 350. I did them today in 40 minutes, 35 minutes. You could do them from frozen. Just put them right in there. An hour and 10 minutes.
I want a what are you eating air fry episode.
We can
like
do
I want to
that.
bring down a bunch of stuff.
We should just do chicken wings.
You could put St. Etienne fused chicken.
I'm not going to ruin
I
things.
think we
with
should
that.
marinate chicken in the shitty rum.
That might be fine because a lot of it would burn off.
Yeah.
We could
There
do
you
it.
are.
Yeah, we'll do Habitation Saint Etienne,
There's a
Rum
lot-
Blanc
there's a lot of
Agricole.
There's a lot of words on a
Yeah.
on that bottle.
Agricultural.
Yeah, we'll do chicken wings marinated in the shit rum.
It's like a bottle of wild turkey. There's not many words on there because
Yeah.
they know you don't give a shit.
Mhm.
You're just happy that it's cheap.
There's like paragraphs and paragraphs and fucking
Yeah, and it's
French
garbage.
on the back
and
of
it's
this.
garbage.
It's garbage. So anyway, yeah, we can do an episode like that.
Mm-hmm.
We can't do it next week because we're interviewing an author.
Yep.
That's going to be a big boy interview.
Thank you for coming on this week, Andy, because so we can get all of this out. The condoms won't be there.
We should do it in two or 3 weeks with Banjo.
Yeah, banjo would
Put
be
some
real.
saving foam in there. Just make it look like it's been used.
I just want to blow it up real quick. I want to blow up a Magnum. This is
You're
the
going to be
Magnum.
so mad when you got that lube all over your mouth.
He was all right about it last night.
All right, so we've learned today that the Magnum condoms are more about girth, but we didn't have a proper sample size. Also, Ryan doesn't have great lung capacity, which we've also learned previously on the show.
Oh, shit.
It doesn't, does he?
No, in through the nose, out through the mouth, dum-dum. Wow. Do you have emphysema?
No, it's fine, right? It's
You
weird.
were holding it over your mouth and breathing back in through your mouth and then out.
No, because it's like you can't get a good seal around your
Okay.
around your lips. Hold on. It's so slippery. It's hard to keep against my mouth. Oh.
All right. So I think this episode is over. But stop inhaling back through your mouth. He's just doing that for comedic value.
They're hard to blow up.
Listen, see when you make a
You
coffee
can't
for me in the
close
morning,
off?
I bet there'll be a smell of spermicide off the cup.
I know, right? You're gonna what?
I said, when you make me a coffee in the morning, I bet there'll be a smell of spermicide off the cup.
I work at night. I just hope I don't go upstairs. Get questioned. It's really difficult. Would you like to try?
I'm not after your mouth's been all over it. Definitely not. You can't blow out your mouth and then breathe in your nose.
Yeah, I can.
Because you weren't doing that. You were blowing out of your mouth and then sucking your own air back in.
Do you want me to do it for real?
I was trying to figure out if you were faking. Yeah, there you go.
It's weird. It doesn't blow up like a balloon. Like
Well, no, it's a condom. It's not supposed to.
No, mate, it
there's
blow up
no,
like a
there's
balloon.
no give.
No girth.
Blow it up as big as you can, because it gets pretty big.
Shit.
Just tie it off and let's save it for as long as we can.
No. Now it's a fucking thing.
You've never seen videos where people put them over their heads? He doesn't want to mess up his hair. He's just blowing up a condom, everyone. I needed to concentrate on getting a video of this.
That's as big as I can get it.
That's what she
and
said.
still hang on to it.
All right, tie that off, and let's see how long it holds up.
I'm doing the old, clown at a birthday party twist for balloon animals. I'm a little dizzy. Oh, it's hard to tie off. I'm having trouble. It's very slippery.
Do not fuck this up.
Was it for a lymphedema penis?
I'm having trouble. Andy, you need to help me with this. You're just watching me.
What do you want me to do?
I don't know.
Give you moral support?
Where'd it go?
It's in a million pieces. All right.
Oh.
Well, thanks for that.
Oh, there's plenty of my spit in there, if you want that.
That's going to be really great to have that video out of context.
Silence of the Lamb. All right, I'm done. I have a condom on my face. It's time to end the show. How you doing, Andy?
Yeah.
That wasn't a yes or no question.
Oh, man. Oh, WGXC 90.7 Acra. Catskill Cabin Conversations. You guys are on Facebook, but you don't do much.
No, we don't.
Why?
Because we're not Facebook guys.
Yeah. When's Mike going to come on and blow up condoms with us?
Never.
All right. Well, you could check them out. It's like a weird webpage, wavefarm.org/
I said weird.
Well, hang on. Strap in. wavefarm.org/WGXC/schedule/YDXRE9.
Google Catskill Cabin Conversations.
And there you go.
And the first link will be that.
Yeah. Check it out.
Yeah.
Andy interviews Andy and Mike interview people all over the Hudson Valley, and it's a really cool format. We've talked about it multiple times on the show.
Oh,
and
thank you. It's like this show, just not dirty.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No F words.
Yeah, it's just it. I really like that you're just talking to local people about the things that they're doing and the things they're interested in, and the focus is really cool.
Gives you the flavor of the Hudson Valley.
Yeah, it's a way to, like, sometimes we have people in here and we don't know what to ask them. You know? Stop putting content. We're done with that. We're done with that.
I'm just gonna put it on the tip like it's like you're too drunk to take it all the way off. There you go. You ever do that?
What?
You forget to take it off? And you
Just
like
think of
walk
40
around for like
40-year-old.
half a day.
Just thinking of 40-year-old virgin. He's like, I jumped in the shower and I still had one of my condoms on.
That's where that's coming from. I'm sorry, I'm recycling jokes and I don't even know it.
That's okay. That's fine. But check out Catskill Cabin Conversations if you want to hear legitimate radio with no dirty words
or technical difficulties.
Yeah.
Also,
well, they edit their show. You'd have technical difficulties if you did it live.
Just want to.
Yeah. But you can't do that kind of show live. It's an interview show.
Just want to send a little ha-ha to Alex Jones being banned from
I'm so happy.
Pretty much everything.
We need to talk to Mark. Mark and I.
Who's banned from what?
Alex Jones.
So Alex Jones is a
right-wing conservative conspiracy theorist.
He thinks that
who is a complete piece of shit.
He thinks that the Sandy Hook shooting was a complete hoax, and it was
He's
done
also
by
open
crisis
to the,
actors.
He's also open to the idea that the government is being run by lizard people. He's never said that he thinks that that's the case, but he's open to the idea that lizards that are aliens are running our government. He's a fucking moron.
YouTube
But,
has just
yeah.
banned YouTube,
Yeah.
Spotify, Apple, and just recently Vimeo have
Oh,
banned
Vimeo.
all of his content.
Vimeo's fucking no man's land. You can do whatever the fuck you want on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's been banned for hate speech, but he's also a conspiracy theorist spouting moron. But
And also six more Sandy
yeah.
Hook families are suing him.
Yeah, good.
For defamation.
Fuck that piece of shit. But we need to have a conversation either on this show or we need to do an episode of the Transmitter podcast before Mark moves about this specific thing. I would be happy with him coming on here and him just putting up on the podcast, on the Transmitter podcast.
Sure.
Just because we have more mics. But we had a very interesting conversation over Facebook, but of course that was in public. People comment. You have to take time out of your day to type a giant fucking thing on. So I would just
No,
love
you
to,
don't.
Well, no, you don't. But if you want to participate in the conversation, it's difficult.
Yeah.
And I wanted to participate in the conversation, but I want to participate in the conversation with him, not so much. And he's a journalist, so I would love to have him on before he leaves. So we might need to do a very special episode of the Dead Radio podcast. Mark Gerlach. He has a podcast called the Transmitter Podcast, formerly Hudson Valley Transmitter Podcast, but he's moving to California, so he's going to keep it going. He's a friend of the show. Used to be in a band with Ryan Bosch over here.
Right.
Ayo, he's my singer. Guns and
so
and what did you do in the band?
I was a guitar player.
Right. You
I
still play
use
the
that
guitar?
term loosely.
you forgot the air quotes.
Yeah.
I was a guitar player.
I held the guitar, I strummed it, and I made music with it. I do. When I can. It's hard because I broke my hand, and
Yeah, I
my
remember you
fingers
you
are
put the
funny.
guitar on and all that in my show.
And that's my excuse.
Did you wear Crocs while you were playing?
I did not.
Crocs did not exist.
They did not.
Yeah.
I did
That's
have
how
long
old we
hair, and a gothic chick was a little bit obsessed with me for a short period.
Mm-hmm.
And where is she?
So
now?
that was
That's his
fun.
claim to fame.
Where is she now?
I don't
She's
know.
dead, actually.
She's probably dead. Yeah.
She's dead. We don't know. We really don't know. All right, let's do titles because I have to pee.
Okay. Titles. Show titles.
So we have Tiny Ear Club.
Tiny what?
Tiny Ear Club, which was from before the
Ah,
show.
the Tiny Ear Club. Yeah, because Andy's got small ears. I got small ears.
Don't explain it.
I like it.
A
Tiny
couple
Ear.
of Scudbooks.
Yeah.
TEC.
I've had a couple of Scudbooks my day.
So the second one
Couple
that
of
you weren't
Scudbooks.
listening to is a couple of Scudbooks.
Okay.
I love Beefhead.
Out of context, these are really good.
A non-sexual conversation I had.
Who said that?
Gavin.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
In his letter.
Yeah, he clarified that there.
Old cocoa butter, you mean? CB?
Yeah. There's lube everywhere. And cheese jerky.
There's a handful of good ones in there.
Yeah.
Andy, how do you feel here?
I feel, to me, the couple of Scudbooks is...
That's 100% my vote.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they're all fucking gold.
Yeah.
But if that wasn't in there, I would go, I love Beefhead, but we're not doing it for YouTube.
Okay.
That's my favorite by far. Just because it's out of context. Followed by a non-sexual conversation I had.
All right, so
I think we need to go. I think we're
Let's
unanimous.
Yes, absolutely.
A couple of Scudbooks.
A couple of Scudbooks. I want to do cross out I love.
Just hashtag Beefhead.
Hashtag Beefhead and hashtag cheese jerky.
Hashtag moon cheese too.
Okay.
Because there's like 7,000 posts on Instagram.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Because people go, what the fuck is this? And they try it and they never buy it again. But they all post it to Instagram, I'm sure.
So, what do you use a couple of Scudbooks for?
That's the title of the show.
Right.
It's just so you can read Scudbooks with
It's
your
so
friends.
that's
You need a couple of them.
so that when people read Let me just bring it up real quick.
The best show title we've ever had is "I'll Fart in Your Mouth." I mean, Julia has taken the cake with that one. I hope you're listening in Philadelphia, Julia.
Why did she say that?
She was saying how she could have a Tinder profile, and it was just pictures of her, and all it said was, "I will fart in your mouth," and she would be able to fuck anyone she wanted to, because that's what Tinder is like. Yeah, so that was the name of that. And it was
if I was reading Tinder,
you wouldn't want someone to fart in your
I
mouth.
I wouldn't really want somebody to
but
fart
you
in my mouth.
but you'd also just if you were on Tinder and you were looking for a lady and she was like, "I'll fart in your mouth," you'll be like, "I don't really want that, so as long as you're okay with not doing it, that's fine." You know what I mean?
But
It was a commentary on how guys are gross.
I see.
Yeah, and that they have very low standards and that they will,
accept a lot of things.
I mean, I wouldn't want anybody to fart in my mouth, but I would be like, I mean, if she's willing to negotiate not farting in my mouth.
Could you maybe fart near my mouth?
Yeah, just
not in
I
my
mean,
mouth.
if that's what you're into and that's what you want, it's never going to
You could
work.
fart
But
you
if you were just like, if you were into that, I'd be open to it. That's what you're saying.
Do you know what I'd be worried about? Because I've got really small ears and I turned my face away and she farted my ear.
Just
it would
perforate your
blow my
eardrum.
ear apart.
Oh no! Yeah, you got to be careful about that.
Can you imagine going to the doctor?
Yeah.
And she'd be like, "So what happened?"
Well, my tiny ears couldn't handle the pressure from the fart.
He's just like, she just could have moved away like 3 inches and relieved some of the pressure. Like, she still would have farted in your ear, but it would have been like a good seal.
So,
has anybody?
No one's listening right now. They're listening to the download.
Tony's listening. Tony
Oh, yeah?
Odell. Big shout out to Knitting His Metal for hosting us last week. I thought it was
dealing with
We
what
can
we're
maybe get
talking
is-
about.
yeah.
Two people-
Hosting is a loose term.
Yeah.
Yeah, dealing with us is more like
two
it.
people put their asses together and fart at the same time.
I don't
Do
know.
they really do that? Or are you saying could they?
Could they?
I mean, they
Yeah,
could.
I think you'd have to.
And then-
You'd
then
have to like
you-
scissor your buttholes.
You just stand above it with a match.
I'll see if-
A lit match.
Hold on, let me text Brooke, see if she wants to do it later.
I mean, I feel like. She said, "I'm in the kitchen," so
Brooke,
she's good with it. She's
Brooke,
ready.
real
She's ready to
quick.
go.
Would you be against you and I putting our asses together and then farting simultaneously? That's a solid
Well, she said
no thank
she
you.
said no, thank you. I wouldn't be against
But
it.
she giggled, which makes me
She-
think
well,
that
no, the
behind
question
closed doors,
was-
without the recorder
the
running.
question was, would you be against it? And she said no.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah, so you're good.
Next
Okay.
to a button.
It's on. It's
a legal record now.
Next to a Bunsen burner.
Yeah. Touching bums next to a Bunsen burner.
And farting simultaneously.
Tony's shouting out. She had to come back and watch the show so she can get a dose of her European husband.
Yeah.
She loves your accent, even though she probably can't understand a fucking word you're saying.
There's
Doesn't
a lot
matter.
of that. There's a lot of that.
Who is it?
Our friend Tony with Knitting His Metal on Instagram.
She good looking.
Yeah.
Can you say hi to Amy too? By the way, she requested that.
Hi Amy, how you doing? Nice to see you.
JB.
Yeah.
JB spent a good amount of time complimenting her on her vest and how it highlighted her boobs.
Wait, who?
At Knitting His Metal.
Who was he commenting about?
Tony.
Oh.
She had this really cool vest on, and she was like all beat up about it because it
She
didn't
had her
really.
knit 'em all shirt on as well.
Do you have a do you have a picture of
but
her?
it didn't fit.
He's like, can I just see? Just send me a link to her Facebook page. I'd like to.
Tony. Oh, I'm not even quoting you on that one.
Oh God,
I disagree.
No, we're gonna punch you. That's what I do when people disparage themselves, including my girlfriend.
But yeah, her red vest framed her pubes very well.
Her pubes.
Pubes.
It's BEW.
No, it's BWEW. Yeah, we're gonna hashtag that. It's
I got a lot of hashtags today.
WEW. Bubes. All right, I think I'm ready to go. I have to pee really bad.
Not to be mistaken with pubes.
Yeah, it's bubes.
Bubes. Andy, this was a lot of fun.
This doesn't look like bubes, actually.
You make me giggle, and I love it.
Enjoying your...
yeah, this is the bottom of the Dear
like
Brittany from Angry Orchard, and it is murky.
Looks like infected
Yeah, there's
urine from a
definitely
goat.
That's where all the yeast is.
It is definitely bottle conditioned, hence the hemispherical bottom.
I thought
It's delicious.
I thought you couldn't drink yeast. No, it's wheat.
It's
Gluten,
wheat.
yeah,
It hurts
malt.
his tummy.
Yeah.
It makes me shit and fart.
Yeah.
And scream in pain.
All
Okay.
right, I want to go.
Next week, yes.
A writer.
Where's the book? Show it to the camera.
Just in from Gavin Burt. Yes, please redact my P.O. box address and anything I crossed out if it's visible at all from my cousin. Funny you should mention the Unabomber. My mother knew the Unabomber's brother. A very nice man and nothing like his brother.
Oh my god.
Gavin, you are an enigma.
I'm sorry, mate. I'm sorry. I just bombed.
And I absolutely love you. Yeah, next week we have Jennifer L. Place.
Wait, hang on. So we are officially starting the Dead Radio Book Club. We've had 2 writers on the show now, or we will next week, and I feel like we can. 17
that was
minutes.
17 minutes of outro.
All right, that's fine. So we're officially right now starting the Dead Radio Book Club. I will get stickers to put on the front of your fucking book. I will do that. It's gonna be a gold sticker. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna cover the entirety of your whole front cover. And yeah, don't mess up the dog ears.
Oh, okay.
I have notes in there.
It's called Building 41. It's
Building
written by
51.
Sorry, all the cider. Building 51 by Jennifer L. Place. She's a local author.
Tony,
And,
you will love this book.
there you go.
Seriously, yeah. So it's the gist of it. It's a horror story.
Jizz?
It's gist.
Yeah,
Gist.
All right.
He just likes
It is.
jizz. He just
It is
figured
a
out way
horror
to fit
story.
it
I
into
won't tell you
conversation.
anything about it, but it takes place. It's fictional. I mean, I guess it's fictional, but it takes place at the asylum here in Poughkeepsie. So Poughkeepsie residents, you've driven past it, going past Home Depot towards Hyde Park, there's a gigantic old mental asylum.
It's called Angry Orchard.
But this takes place in it. There's
delicious.
ghosts and scary things, and
they
check it out. It's awesome.
Habitation Saint Etienne rum.
The worst rum ever. So yeah, jump on Amazon if you want to check it out. If you want to try it out, it's $8. It's Prime. You'll get it in 2 days. Crazy.
If you turn up
buzzing.
with
It's my phone.
I licked my lips.
If you turn up with a King condom on, you get it for $5.
Yeah. So if you at least want to check out the preview, you can get it on Kindle. I couldn't figure out how to download it, so I just bought a hard copy. We will have it here on the show, but definitely check it out. It's
try it out.
Yeah, just try it out. It's a fun book.
Was
if you're
more
into
fun.
horror and ghost stories and shit like that, and we can talk about I've been there 5 times now. 4 times now.
She has a lot of information. Oh, Jesus, we're talking about her a lot, and she's not even on the fucking show.
But
Andy's
we're
on the
trying to
show.
promote next week.
Whatever.
Andy, plug your shit. No, wait, we're going to do that after.
I'll plug
Don't
your
plug
shit.
it now. It'll be at the beginning. For the people listening, you've already heard it. You put the condom on it, threw the weight totally off. Just stop. Let's end the show. All right.
There we go. All right.
So check shit out next week. We're going to have a legit author on and a really awesome book to talk about. And some more local Poughkeepsie lore.
Say goodbye, Andy.
Adios, amigos.
Scott speaking Spanish.